But from where you stand, do you think, based on your observation, that due process indeed has been followed in this case?
No. And there is no due process. In fact, due process has been murdered by a cult of misogynist senators. And it's sad. It's a sad day for our democracy. So nobody should talk about due process. Let me tell you, because we are dealing with issues of fair hearing here. You cannot, again, it's illegal by our laws, and I'm talking about Article 13 of the African Charter of Human and People's Rights Ratification and Enforcement Act is a Nigerian law, which says that you cannot actually, every Nigerian has a right to participate either directly or indirectly in the government or governance of his country. So you cannot even you cannot contemplate suspending a senator or a House of Assembly member. We talk about the idea that Senate is bound by its rules and that whatever happens in the Senate cannot be inquired into by the courts. That's a joke. Doesn't mean that if someone picks a gun and shoots another senator right there in the Senate, and then the courts or the police will keep quiet about it, they will arrest that person and they'll prosecute the person. It doesn't matter what the Senate president thinks. I think we just witnessed a situation where we have seen a deliberate attempt to repress, suppress, and oppress a Nigerian woman. And it is not really Natasha Akpabio that is the victim here. It is the Nigerian, because if a Nigerian senator can be dealt with so harshly, so mercilessly, because she attempted to express herself, just imagine what will happen to the ordinary Nigerian. And what did the woman do? If the woman resisted, the change of her seat, if it matters so much, you could have also said, if it didn't matter that she needed to just change her seat, you could have also considered that it didn't matter if she remained in her seat. But you see, there's a mixture of murdering the principles of fair hearing here, whether it is the principle of nemo judesin cosa sua, or the principle of fair hearing in the sense that you must fully hear the other side. I think we just seen a Nigerian woman, a Nigerian senator, being totally stripped of her Section 36 rights, her rights to fair hearing. And it's a very dark day, because I watched the international media before coming here, and they are making a real, music out of this, whether it's the ABC network or the BBC.
For want of time, let me ask you, because the senator did say that she was given an opportunity to present herself before the Ethics Committee yesterday. Reports from National Assembly reporters have it that they sat and waited for an hour thereabout. She didn't present herself, although she was in plenary when it was announced. That's on the one hand. When you say she wasn't given fair hearing, I want you to react to that. Hold on, Frank Chete. And the other leg of my question is, given the fact that the Kogi Central people have now been denied representation for 6 months, do they, as a people, can they really challenge this suspension as a violation of their constitutional right to representation?
That's why it looks as if we have a group of tyrants in the Nigerian Senate. Just imagine that. You deprive
very strong words, though.
No.
Very strong words.
What are you talking about?
When you describe the senators as tyrants, that is a very strong word to use.
It looks as if
we
have a group of tyrants in the Nigerian Senate, and we practice a democracy, right? Now, our laws say that a people will be represented at every material time in the Senate. Are you a court who deprive the people who have gone to participate in an election to determine that this woman should represent them, and you sit together as a committee to not decide her right? And your committee is not impartial, your committee is not independent, and you deprive the whole people of that constituency in Kogi State of representation. What are you talking about? And you say you are a democracy, and then you are telling me about fair hearing, let me tell you something. There are what we call hierarchy of laws in our country. The Constitution sits at the top, followed by laws made by the National Assembly, followed by laws made by the House of Assembly. Also, we have regulations by ministers and rules made by the Chief Judge or by the Senate. Rules are not meant to be laws that are so technical, that are so rigid. They are meant to assist the application of the law to attain justice. If somebody is not present, you give the person an opportunity to come. If the person makes a mistake, whether signing a petition when he ought not to sign, there is no law against it. There are provisions for regularization. Senior advocates and lawyers make such mistakes against the rules of court every time.
And let me just follow up there, because he didn't really answer that question. Frank, you haven't answered my question. My question really was, can the people of Kogi Central, her constituents, now challenge this suspension, was my question.
Wait a minute. Why would you contemplate that you will create a problem that does not exist, and then you send the people of Kogi West on an errand to go and challenge an clear illegality? Are you not guided by law? See, we are doing everything possible to save our democracy, and the democracy that we practice is we must govern, we must subject ourselves to the legal process. If the African Charter of Human and People's Rights Ratification and Enforcement Act in Nigerian law says at every material time, a Nigerian, whether by himself or a representative, must participate in his government. How dare you suspend? Are you a court? Are you a tribunal? Just because you feel offended? Why are we turning our democracy upside down? Right. A few days ago, a congressman was shouting down on President Trump. They didn't do the worst to him. They simply censured him and asked him to walk out. They didn't tell you that he was suspended.
Yeah,
let's practice it well.
We don't have all day. Now, there are some fundamental issues that may have led to all of this, and I'm wondering, number one, based on your observation so far, from the very first day of refusing to move from seat A to seat B, do you see exhibition of sufficient knowledge of the workings or the processes of the Senate on the part of Senator Natasha Akpabio? And when she says this justice will not be sustained, it will not stand, she remains defiant. And we're hearing from the Senate that if she apologizes, she will get some reprieve from the 6-month suspension. Your thoughts on this?
They are trying to browbeat, intimidate, and hold down a Nigerian citizen. Unfortunately, it's a woman. Just imagine that. Where did the rule say that apologize first before we will forgive you? And let me tell you, it is not really as a matter of course that anybody or any senator must master the entire rules. We have it as a saying as lawyers that God forbid that you should carry the entire laws in your head. And if a senator makes a mistake, it is a mistake, and that's why it's meant to be corrected and not to be used against her. And it happens, not all of them there understand the rules of the Senate. And every time when distinguished Senator Oitaina was there, he kept on lecturing them every now and then while he was in the Senate. How can they now latch on a simple mistake or a misnomer? And let me tell you, you see, you don't even need to understand the English language or speak it so correctly to be a senator or a representative, provided you are able to represent your people. So what are we turning this thing into?
All right.
She has done creditably well, and she is even more articulate, far more articulate than these persons who have put her on trial so unfairly. What kind of country?
We're almost out of time. Very last question, very briefly. You have used the word mistake 4 times in the course of this conversation. Mm-hmm. 1, do you admit that she has made mistakes? 2, if she has, what was an appropriate measure to take by the Senate if they say she did not even present herself for the ethics committee to hear her out?
Look, that woman, that respectable, distinguished senator of Nigeria did not make a mistake. I cited for an example. Let me be honest with you. See, a person is entitled to reasonable perception. If her perception is that I am being discriminated against because I am this, I am that, because I didn't do this, because I was said to do that, she has every right to protest, especially in the floor of the Senate, and that's exactly what she did. And again, just the same way people plead the Fifth Amendment rights, a senator, a Nigerian citizen, can decide not to show up, make whatever decision that you want to decide to make, and then it can also be challenged. What are we trying to? You see, we want to victimize the woman further and then traumatize her. And I tell you, you're not even making reference to the fact that there was a legitimate court order, as it was reported, that was served on them, and that they needed to respect the right of an individual Nigerian. It doesn't matter whether she's a woman or a senator, that whatever they are doing is capable of traumatizing and destroying the self-esteem of a Nigerian citizen, of a Nigerian woman. They didn't care. What group of people are these? Come on, they should get better advice.
Okay. Frank Tete, a Rise analyst and lawyer.
Let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, lawmaker representing Kogi Central, despite an order of the Federal High Court restraining the Senate from proceeding with a purported investigation against Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan. The Senate Committee on Ethics, Code of Conduct, and Public Relations moved to suspend Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months over alleged violation of the Red Chamber's rules.
Prayer 1.
Yes.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended, for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to a public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. I'd put the question. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Senator Akpabio, Senate President Godswill Akpabio there, being the judge and jury in his own case. We know that the Senate has asked her to apologize, or they're saying that they might lift the suspension if she apologizes, which is very debatable at this point. The conversation is huge. But let me read some of the moves by the panel. Well, the recommendations of the Senate panel on Natasha Akpoti's seating arrangement, I'll read them. They say, 1, the Senate panel recommends the suspension of Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan from all legislative activities effective March 6, 2025. 2, her office should be locked and she must hand over all Senate properties in her possession to the clerk of the National Assembly for the duration of the suspension. 3, neither the senator nor her staff should be seen within the premises of the National Assembly during the suspension period. Her salaries, allowances, and those of her legislative aides should be suspended, along with the withdrawal of all security detail for the duration of the suspension. 5, she should be barred from representing herself locally or internationally as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria during the suspension. 6, the Senate Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions recommended a 6-month suspension for the lawmaker representing Kogi Central. I thought it was important to read this out for our viewers who are just tuning in at this moment. But I believe Senator Orji Uzo Kalu had stopped, that, is it order 4 or which one was it? Allowing her staff probably to be able to, to be paid. But I think what we should question here is the fact that, her salary is being withdrawn at the same time that for her suspension. Many have argued that, other senators that were suspended still received their salaries. So, that's one of the biggest questions that we should ask here at this moment. But let me take a reaction to this story. This is from Shehu Sani, who wrote, "When I publicly disclosed the salaries and allowances of the senators, it nearly earned me a 6-month suspension. If not for divine intervention of Saraki and Ekore Madu's immediate rescue, just know that if you are there and you blow whistle too loudly, you will be on your own. No senator will bring him head or neck to support you." And that is what played out yesterday, because it appeared that Natasha was on her own. Well, following her suspension, the Kogi Central lawmaker was escorted out of the chambers by the Sergeant-at-Arms But before she left, she declared that this injustice will not be sustained.
This injustice will not be sustained. The pursuit for justice.
She was about to speak there. They turned off her mic. She was not allowed to be heard before the petition was delivered as well. I mean, what sort of injustice was that? Let me take Obieze-Kwetili's tweet. She wrote, I hope those senators in the chamber of the Nigerian Senate today and the ones who conveniently disappeared all heard the last word of their inspiringly bold and unbowed colleague, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. She courageously said, as she left the chamber today, this injustice shall not be sustained. The wise among them will be haunted by this until her words surely come to pass. The unwise among them will not even understand what she said. For all of us that care about our democratic process and principle, we're glad that she said what she said, a woman like Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. And that really is how I want to start this conversation about what appeared to be injustice at the floor of the Senate yesterday. Rufy.
Okay. I want to talk facts this morning, a lot of facts. So I'll throw them around. Number one, injustice. It appears it's a matter of fact. How is it a matter of fact? The Senate Committee, Chairman on Ethics, violated the Nigerian Constitution yesterday. There was a court order served on him that the case should not go on until, I think they variated on the 10th of March, thereabout. But they said, oh, the National Assembly takes preeminence more than the court process. I'll read what the Nigerian Constitution says. Section 4, Section 8, Judicial Review Legislative Powers. This section states explicitly the exercise of National Assembly powers or the State House of Assembly powers is subject to judicial review. Nigerian Constitution, not my opinion, not Rufai talking. Nigerian Constitution, the ground norm. Section 6(b), judicial powers extend to all actions and decisions. This grants the judicial authority to adjudicate all matters, including all disputes involving the National Assembly. The Senator Masue violated this because, as quoted in a Tribune newspaper, he said the National Assembly takes preeminence. Based on this, they didn't hear our side of the story. There was no fair hearing, and they wrote their reports hastily. The question you ask is, why did they hastily write the report? Because they wanted to nail her. And they read the report out, indicting her, without hearing her own side of the story in this. I mean, we've seen more egregious scandal. People were given the right of reply. You remember the case of Senator Elisha Abu, when he had the sex toy something? Yes, He was given the right of reply. We even remembered how he was shouting on the First Lady now during his session. And I think that session, you know, where he was subjected to the Ethics Committee was broadcast live. We saw excerpt of that. We saw the excerpt of the interchange. So Senator Natasha Akpoti also asked that this section should be broadcasted live, but no, they said no. They will not put it live. Secondly, is the case of harassment, sexual harassment. Finally, they've put that one. We'll see if they're going to investigate it. So everything looks like a witch hunt. And it is obvious and it is clear as regards that. So these are facts. People can controvert them if they want.
Well, before I come to you, Ayo, the First Lady of Nigeria has broken her silence on the feud between Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan over the sexual harassment allegations. While speaking to journalists ahead of International Women's Day, the First Lady said the Senate chamber should be a place of honor, not controversy, and urged Nigerian women to assert themselves in leadership positions by shutting down any form of sexual harassment.
I believe that Senate is doing what is needful because that's what it is. It's an inside place and it's a matured chambers. We shouldn't be hearing things like that. It's a matured chamber and it should be treated with respect. It's an honor for you to be in that place alone. I was there for 12 years. even in my younger days, and I'm still trying to look young, you know. But people compliment you all the time. Only that, just put your place in yourself. Women, raise yourself high. Don't be in a position that men will be talking to you. You can always shut them down before they start. So all the very best. Keep doing your best. Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to Senator Remi Tinubu, First Lady of Nigeria. So many takeaways from her comments there, one of which, you know, she said that the Senate House is what? What did she say again? For mature people, and it's supposed to be for mature minds. And the second, which we'll discuss after I take some tweet, is the fact that she said, you know, you'd have to find ways to shut men down before they sexually harass you. I mean, that's a comment from First Lady of Nigeria. Let me take Rinu Oduwala's tweet. She wrote, 9 years ago, she was also disrupting and creating controversy in the Nigerian Senate. She pulled up an old video. Let's take a look at that video.
Distinguished colleagues, order. Why I'm taking order. Order, distinguished Senator Tinubu.
Somebody's on the floor.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, why I'm taking us through this thing is because the nation is watching us.
All right, we said nations. I mean, there you have it. I mean, we are not at all encouraging, you know, the sort of disruptiveness on the show. We have talked about decorum and how important it is for the senators to show decorum when they are on the floor of the Senate. And that really is the main point. I mean, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. I'd like a comment from you because I'd like to also touch more on the issues that were raised about sexual harassment.
Thank you. So when this matter started, one of the people that some Nigerians had called on to speak up was the First Lady, Senator Remi Tinubu. One, because of her position as the First Lady of the nation and a woman who has positioned herself as a women's rights gender advocate. And then second as well, because of her history and experience as having been a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, a woman at that. So it was expected that she would understand some of the peculiarities of the challenges that women in the chambers face and be able to speak objectively to this matter. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if people would feel if some people might not feel disappointed by some of the comments made by her, with due respect. And I say this because, more than ever, she understands how tensions can get high and how, as a woman in a place where you're in a minority, you feel the need to speak up for your rights. We saw, thank God that the internet never forgets, and we saw that video. In fact, remember how that debacle between her and Senator Dino Melaye went on for so long that Dino Melaye came to Lagos on body loan and said he was in front of her house, let her do her worst. And a lot of Nigerians spoke up for her and spoke up for the injustice at this point. And she herself didn't need a lot of voices. Look at when they were shouting, order, order, she asserted herself. Yes. Thankfully for her, no one invited her to come before an ethics committee to defend her actions in the chambers. I wonder what the difference between that time and now is. One, was it a question of the leadership at the time? The fact that the leader was able to understand her stance and he wasn't the leader in the direct eye of the storm, so he was able to be objective in this matter. Because that's the conversation we're also having, and I'm glad you said that, a judge and a jury in his own matter. Senator Akpabio is a principal actor in this situation. He ought to have, has been advised by well-meaning Nigerians to at least recuse himself. I said earlier on, even if it were for the optics alone, to show that in the chambers, things are done properly, and I'm a man of integrity. Therefore, I'm willing to subject myself to investigation to prove the fact that I am not, all these things you've said. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. What made matters worse is that it seemed as if her voice was further oppressed and depressed because she wasn't allowed to speak at all. She had to put in the mic, and then her mic was switched off, and she was unceremoniously walked out. It doesn't
Ceremonious.
speak well at all for Nigeria or for women. And I said it earlier, 4 down to 3.
Yes.
I hope the other 3 female senators will survive in the House where it has become a gentleman's club.
That's
so
what it appears.
it's very
It
sad to
appears.
hear this.
Very, very sad. And I just wanted also, because yesterday we discussed the topic of sexual harassment and the definition of sexual harassment, and I got some responses. I'd like to read that before I come to you. And this is a response I got from Instagram, and this person wrote, "Hello, good morning, OG. On your show this morning, What's Trending, after defining the term sexual harassment, you went ahead to say that if a lady dresses in a transparent or body-bearing clothing, that it does not concern the men. That if he looks at her somehow, it can amount to sexual harassment. How quickly did you forget that sexual harassment is not peculiar to one gender? The man can also be sexually harassed by a woman. Remember that men are moved by what they see. If a woman dresses as to invite a man to look at her, she's sexually harassing the men. Inasmuch as anyone can dress as it pleases him or her to social events, it is not so for official events and workplaces. We're all parents, and whatever side we take, it will affect our own children of the opposite gender." And this is from Mwadi. I believe Mwadi missed the session when we talked about the fact that it goes both ways. So because Natasha Akpoti Udraha was the topic and she's female, we concentrated on her topic. Of course, we have advocated here, and you also said it, Dr. Abati, yesterday, that it goes both ways. You teach your men, you're smiling, you teach your men how to behave, you teach your women how to behave as well. But also, let me just, again, read the definition of sexual harassment before I come to you, Dr. Abati. Sexual harassment is unwelcome sexual behavior that makes someone feel uncomfortable or humiliated. It can include physical, verbal, or visual actions. Sexual harassment is a form of sexual violence, which includes any sexual activity. This is a separate definition from which I read yesterday, and I wanted to make sure that we have that as well. Dr. Abati, over to you.
Okay. I think the issues are as follows. Yes. Earlier on.
All right. Because of time, you can listen to Dr. Abati later on. Dr. Abati's stand on this whole thing, even stylishly or directly or indirectly, everybody know his stand. So obviously, I have so much credit for him at this particular time. Him and his household, they are standing firmly with Natasha Akpoti. But because of time, that's why I'm not playing that right now, because I want us to move on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thank you very much for your time with us today. Yes, today is Friday, 7th March 2025. Happy weekend to every one of you. Mother for all Mommy Diaspora, thank you very much, Mommy, for all that you do. I appreciate you always. Good evening to you, and I love you so much. Thank you very much, everyone right there. Thank you, my wonderful people, Tony, Africa, Henry Gabriel, many others, Mr. Johnson, Emmanuel, Black Panther. Thank you, Peggy, Modi, Agio, Deborah, everyone. I'm just randomly mentioning names, but I'm not going to mention all names today because I have lots of comments already right there. But I just want us to move on. I want every one of you right there to know that I appreciate you all. And God bless you, my people. I'm posting out the link right now. For those of you that want to join this discussion today, you need to come in. Although the presentation continues. So the link to join the panel have been posted. Just click on it. Join us here. Let's take the remaining ones together. Although I'll just have short videos. Then I talk about the news, the breaking news, the title that you've seen right there on the screen. This actually shocked me. Nigerians outside Nigeria Watch Media have also responded. I'm going to be taking some responses from other people outside our media. Then we're going to be hearing from our own people as well. As you all know, that Doyin Okupe was, before he died, he was one of us, or used to be one of us. I don't know how to put it on, but we're going to be correcting that shortly with our own analysis. Thank you very much, my people. Do your part, press on the like button, help us to share. But meanwhile, Akpabio have this to say.
What we are talking about happened only after the change of seats in the Senate. That is when hell was let loose, and all sorts of allegations came up. Only after the change of seat in the Senate and change of committee
which my senators know happen from time to time. Said to have happened on the 8th of December, a day to my birthday, which was celebrated in the stadium in 2023. So from 8th of December 2023, I never heard, my wife never heard, no Nigerian never heard, even the husband never heard any issue of sexual harassment until her committee was changed, and then her seat was changed, and she went on. Have you ever wondered the trauma caused by that same woman on the other people she had accused in the past? None has been proven so far. You've not wondered. Do you even wonder the trauma caused to the 10th Senate and the image of the Senate with all these useless allegations? I've refrained myself from making a statement. Look at these beautiful women. They've come across me so many times. Have I ever harassed any of you? Or is the person thinking that you are not beautiful? So I don't want to dwell on that. But let me just say that time will tell. If we are in court, the court will decide.
That's the Senate president, the number 3 man in Nigeria, speaking. Anyway, I would like us to move on. Reno Monkri don't comment. In a video that we posted late this evening before we came on air, some of you can go watch that, but I would like to quickly just play part of it here so that you can listen to this. Kai, my people, this matter of Natasha Akpoti, Senator Natasha Akpoti, you don't dey draw leg. Now, Reno or Monkri, now comment so. This whole matter, no be small thing. Reno Monkri don't come out now because Natasha
and accuse me of
person way Nigerians will join the Satan. Listen to Reno Monkri.
On Tuesday, October 12, 2021, Natasha Akpoti had a dispute with me. And after the dispute, she went on social media and accused me of harassing her. She claimed that at a state banquet at the Aso Rock Presidential Villa held by President Goodluck Jonathan for the visiting Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta on Tuesday, May 6, 2014, I had harassed her. Now, the thing is, a month before, the Chibok girls had been abducted. And as one of his presidential spokesmen, President Jonathan sent me to the United States as a special envoy to try to clean up Nigeria's image. I left in April, and I wasn't back in Nigeria until the end of May. So obviously, Natasha Akpoti lied. So what I did, I went on social media and I published my passport stamp with my passport leaving Nigeria and then entering the United States, showing the stamps. And I also published a first-class British Airways ticket showing that I left Nigeria for the United Kingdom and from the United Kingdom to the United States, and I wasn't in Nigeria throughout the time when Natasha Akpoti accused me. So she obviously lied. So what happened is that after the newspapers published my evidence, Natasha deleted all traces of her accusation. She deleted everything. She had made a video insulting me and my wife and my newborn daughter. She also deleted that. Next day, I got a phone call from a prominent Christian clergyman. And they felt that, okay, as a fellow pastor, I would listen to a member of the body of Christ. This is a senior member of the body of Christ. He called me on three-way with Emmanuel Orisejolomi Akpoti, I think Uduaha rather. Emmanuel Orisejolomi Uduaha, Natasha Akpoti's present husband. And they appealed to me, they quoted the scriptural references about Christians taking each other to court. And I listened to them. And we settled the matter out of court. I was paid a large amount of money as damages. And I let the matter go. So, fast forward, 4 years later, Natasha Akpoti had a dispute with the Senate president. And then, after that dispute, she went on Arise TV and accused him of sexual harassment. It sounds like deja vu. Now, the thing is, I do not know if those allegations are true. But one thing I know is that Natasha Akpoti is a liar, a known liar. So, here's the thing. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Before Nigerians crucify Senator Akpabio, I would encourage people like Obi Ezekwesili and others now agitating to ask Natasha Akpoti to take a lie detector test. It's very easy. Take a lie detector test. Come out, take the test, be escorted by one senator that is in your support and another senator that is just objective. Or if you don't want that, then you can actually go with Obi Ezekwesili herself. And then a third party, maybe somebody from CAN or from the National Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs or some other objective body. Do a lie detector test. Because if you think about what happened to me, if I didn't have the ticket and my passport stamp, and even videos and photographs of me in the State Department in Washington and later at my son's school in San Francisco, everybody would have believed that I harassed Natasha Akpoti. So because I had evidence, she retracted her false allegations and deleted every trace of them. Now, just assume that I'm lying. Just Google Natasha Akpoti accuses Doyin Okupe and just read about the facts. It was carried by Punch, Guardian, Vanguard, even this day. So the thing is, I don't know if what she's saying right now is true. But until she takes a lie detector test, the presumption is that she is acting on her past behavior. My name is Doyin Okupe. Thank you for watching this, and may God bless.
All right, guys. On that one, if you want to hear my own and learn
Naija Watch
concerning that particular video, you can go watch that on Naija Watch Media. You see my analysis on that, but I don't want us to move on right now. Yes, Black Panther, go ahead.
Yes, Naija Watch. You have to play Natasha video when there was a phone conversation by the leader of the House of the Senate to throw away this man that they paid to speak like this, that is a liar, because that phone conversation was an evidence where the Senate leader was saying, if the Senate president goes down, you go down. That is to affirm the authenticity of the sexual harassment. We should know this now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Play that video, make it correlate with this one.
To be honest, for me, I don't really want to stress myself on Reno right now. I'll play the video later on, but I want us to move on. I want us to move on to talk about what is on screen. Doyin Okupe is gone. Just like that. It's gone. But one of his last videos, because a lot of people, according to Arise, they actually tagged it to Peter Obi, which is a normal thing. I understand. At this particular moment now, we all should be passing condolences because this man genuinely, I don't know, worked for Peter Obi at that time. He was very, very outspoken and all that. But this was Arise who posted this, saying that Doyin Okupe, former presidential spokesperson, is dead. Then they went on here. Doyin Okupe, a prominent Nigerian political figure and a former presidential spokesperson, has passed away. Arise News independently confirmed on Friday that he died from remission of cancer in Lagos overnight. Okupe was widely known for his role as the Director General of Peter Obi presidential campaign, but was forced to step down after being convicted for money laundering. Following in the 2023 general election, he resigned from the Labour Party and became an outspoken supporter of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. Now, the reason why I have to read that last paragraph, this one here, because some of the responses I'm going to be taking, I believe they were very impatient to read the article and started attacking Arise. You can see, following the 2023 general election, he resigned from the Labour Party and become an outspoken supporter of President Bola Tinubu's administration. So a lot of people have lambasted on Arise, that Arise carried this news on just Peter Obi. How come Arise did not mention that he was now working for Satanism and all that, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to confirm that Arise did. Look, I just highlighted it there. Sometimes let us be patient to read before taking decision. But still, I understand the anger Somebody just died. They have not buried this man. A lot of anger everywhere right now. A lot of people are already going back, talking about footprint that we leave on earth and all that, talking about doing the right thing at all time, which I'm in support of and all that. But meanwhile, you supported Peter Obi to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Whatever that happens, I don't know. It twists and then I started supporting Tinubu. So a lot of people have questioned that move, that even when he was supporting Peter Obi, there's every probability that he was secretly working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu at that time, which it cannot be confirmed. But meanwhile, watch this video.
No administration in Nigeria has ever beaten the bullet that Bola Tinubu beat. Nobody. Because for the past 20 years, everybody has been dodging the ball, dodging the bullet. The issue of fuel subsidy during campaign, everybody agreed that it must go. It was wasteful spending, you know. And they say that Bola Tinubu, without thinking, on the day of inauguration, he announced it. If he did not announce it, he would never have been able to do it. Because if he says, oh, we're going to remove fuel subsidy, but we're going to do it, if he didn't on that day, he would never have been able to do it, and he would have been forced by labor, by media, by opposition, by students, and all sorts of people, and, you know, with the fear of the hardship and the pain we're going to go through and all that, he would never have been able to do it. And yet somebody, you know, it's like, I always, you know, I'm an evangelist now, I must say, this in heaven, when God was saying, who is going to go for us? You know, that is somebody has to come and be crucified for the world. And Jesus Christ said, send me. That's what Bola Tinubu has done. He has sent himself into this quagmire, into this doldrum, into this financial and economic disaster that was on ground before he came. He's just trying to find his way out. Do you understand my point?
When Jesus came down, he died and he rose. He was able to conquer death.
That's savior of the world.
Yes.
Bola Tinubu is not savior of the world.
Do you think that he will be able to rise? Do you think he will be able? I'm talking about Mr. President Tinubu right now. Do you think he will make it out of this?
Let me share an example. Let me tell you, I know people are going to say I'm saying something. There's nothing wrong in saying something nice about somebody you know. Let me tell you something I've not shared before. And it's not even surprising. On the 21st of March in 2022, I put up, I was at that time running for president myself on the PDP, if you remember. And I said, if Bola Tinubu wins, I never gave him a chance. If Bola Tinubu wins the primaries, that he will do well. And that he was perhaps going to be the second best person to me. That's what I said. But you know, that's because I know the gentleman. I have had, you know, so many years ago, maybe about, I've not seen Bola Tinubu now in 7 years. I've not set my eyes on him. Maybe I spoke to him about 5 years ago on telephone. That's all. But what I'm saying is this. One day in Bodinon, on a Saturday morning, I drove by his house, and by strange coincidence, there was nobody in the house. It was just him in his 90. So we went in. We spoke for 3 hours. That was the day I changed my mind about Bola Tinubu. He told me and he showed me the master plan for Lagos. And he said, Doyin, I said, yeah. He said, if we put a goat as governor, from now for the next 25 years, nothing but progress will happen to Lagos. I said, how? He then showed me so many things. That was when he showed me the 4th Mainland Bridge, the airport at Lekki, the Lekki Free Trade Zone, you know, the marina, what they planned for marina, they have not even done that. It's going to be like Paris, where all the ground floor of the shops will be shops, and then there will be living quarters upstairs and all that. So I asked him, I said, if you are this good, you know, and you say, Yar'Adua is your friend, why didn't you just even advise him? He said, just wait. He went upstairs. As I'm speaking to you, I speak to you as a Christian. He went upstairs, brought, I remember, a red flat suitcase, a briefcase. He opened it and brought a 25-page document addressed to Yar'Adua on what he thinks the president should do. And I went through it. And, you know, I marveled. This man is a political maverick. If he's given encouragement and allowed to do what he's doing, I don't have proof. It's not scientific. But I have a gut feeling that he will succeed.
Why didn't you campaign for him instead of Peter Obi?
I never believed that, number one, he was APC. APC and I have a running battle. That's why they convicted me. I never believed in APC. And I didn't think, I knew what was going on. I did not see Bola Tinubu. His party was against him. The president was against him. His protege, VP, was against him. The Senate president then ran against him. So everything except God was against him. So I didn't see him as somebody who was going to win the primaries.
You didn't think Tinubu was going to win the APC primaries?
I never thought so.
When he won the primaries and became the candidate of the APC?
Then I knew there was trouble. Because I know him. I knew there was trouble. Bola Tinubu is dogged, he's rich, and purposeful. I knew he would fight.
APC is under new management right now. You could join the APC. Do you belong to any political party right now?
I don't belong to a political party now. I have gone beyond joining political parties. I've done my bit.
Well, you could be a statesman in the party, help them
statesman.
steer.
I don't have to be in the party. I'm a statesman. I can, look, whatever I do from now on is to help Nigeria and Nigerian people.
All right. Whatever I do right now, that was his last statement, is to help Nigeria and the Nigeria people. Unfortunately, as we speak right now, Doyin Okupe is now late. It's going to be addressed now as late Doyin Okupe. Very, very, very sad, because everybody are looking at this, in their own different angle. I have my own angle where I'm looking at all these things, because some of the things that I talk about all the time on this platform is to do the right thing, stand for what is right. And as I ask questions all the time, how do you want people to remember you? Or rather, what do you want to be remembered for? Very sad. This thing shocked me, Sha, because this man actually played a big role for Peter Obi. The only time I was disappointed was when he now started working for Tinubu. I don't know. I cannot really speak on the dead like that. But I would like to we are coming to Reno, like my brother asked me earlier on, to play Senator Natasha's response to Reno mockery. We have one here with us in our archive about 3 years ago. But I will be coming to that. But let's see the responses of other Nigerians outside Nigeria Watch Media. Then I have the first person here, Ogoshuku said, current APC spokesman is dead. That was his last position before he died. Then I have Eze Chidi. Oh my God. Please mute yourself, please. For now. Said, oh my God. Just thought of him few days ago that I have not been seeing his tweets lately. May his gentle soul rest in peace. May the good Lord comfort his family at these difficult times. Then I have someone else here. Lauren Awarakwe said, you will hear now, it is not good to talk bad about the dead, blah, blah, blah. But when the dead was still living, you won't hear them advising the living to do good, so that when he or she is dead, they could be remembered for the good life they have lived when they were alive. This one is deep. But meanwhile, someone else respond here. Lanchristla said, the headline should be, who betrays Peter Obi for selfish reason? Someone that sees black but called it white. While I have Aqua Life said, may his soul rest in peace, and the living must continue to draw from the sad reality of life. We shall only be remembered for our deeds, either good or bad. It is the only thing that stayed behind while we are gone. May he be remembered for his decisions that implicates lives. Atitebi said, Femi said, I like how connected him with Peter Obi. All of you know what matters most. We all know his final political leanings, but not to speak ill of the dead. Rest in mercy, sir. Okupe. Condolences to the family. Then I have Okpoka. Said, what is sad news? One of the brightest minds in our polity, despite his seemingly betrayal of Paul and the obedient, death has never been victory for anyone. May his soul rest in peace. My sympathies, condolences, sincere commiserations to his family. He was a brilliant soul. I support that last statement. He was very, very outspoken in that 2023. Jesus, this man, scatter everywhere now. Now, Bill said, this is a shame to you guys. He was actively supporting APC and Tinubu immediately after the elections. If there's any narrative that should be painted or used as an headline, is his engagement with the APC Tinubu team, saying that his last assignment was to promote APC everywhere. Then the second to the last that I have for you guys, Akim said, this man fought for Peter Obi, the Obedient Movement, and the Labour Party. If it went well, that Paul was declared the winner of the election, this man right here, Dr. Doyin Okupe, would have been seen as a hero. I agree, 100%. Anyone and everyone are never perfect. He had his mistakes too. Rest in peace. DDO. Why the final one that I have for you guys, coming from Paul Ajoye. May God forgive his shortcomings and rest his soul. He once stood for what Nigerians youth believed in. Now is no more. It is a wake-up call for all of us here to do right, always. His death would have been more honorable if he hadn't derailed. That one a true shout. That last statement, his death would have been more honorable. Although our elites don't believe that you can be honored by the people. They only believe they can only be honored by themselves. You see, that's why you see any of them that loses their lives or they are celebrating, them themselves, you know, we showed up and celebrate themselves. They believe, oh, they'll not be giving some satanic speech. Oh, you live a good life, you live that. The best way is to ask the people. Ask the people, go on the street, ask the people about you. That's why feedback, allow feedback to come to your life. Allow reviews so that you can strengthen your path while you're still alive. What do I know? I thought I should bring this in. But meanwhile, I'd like to quickly recapitulate back to what Senator Natasha have to say concerning this whole allegation about Reno Omokri.
I am Natasha Akpabio, the Kogi State gubernatorial candidate in the 2019 elections. It's an honor to be connected with you and to be given a chance to clarify some issues that came up during the face-off between Mr. Reno Omokri and myself. I did.
Sorry, I can't see this video.
Of the flirtatious towards me at the May 2014 State banquet dinner held in.
Can you hear the voice?
Yes, the voice there, but the video is not.
But why? Oh, I don't know. Strange. Let's try again.
Nigerians, I am Natasha Akpabio, the Kogi State gubernatorial candidate in the 2019 elections. It's an honor to be connected with you and to be given a chance to clarify some issues that came up during the face-off between Mr. Reno Omokri and myself. I did lay some accusations against him of being flirtatious towards me at the May 2014 State banquet dinner held in honor of President Uhuru Kenyatta, which of course led to the signing of the bilateral agreement between Kenya and Nigeria. Now, Mr. Reno Omokri debunked my accusation, saying that he wasn't even in the country on that day. He went as far as saying he wasn't in Nigeria for the whole of May and the better part of June. And he went forth to put out pages of his international passport, especially those that contained stamps, which he leans on to bolster his claim. So according to his post, he said, I might have seen his ghost and his ghost might have been the one that made the advances towards me. But you see, my fellow Nigerians, I'm here to let Mr. Reno Omokri know that we are not as gullible and as stupid as he thinks we are. And I would like to call on the expertise of the Nigerian immigration officers to kindly join in clarifying the stamps in his passport. I have made a printout of his passport page, as you can see. I hope it's clear enough. There's his biodata page, and here is the page with the 3 stamps. Now, Mr. Reno said that he left Nigeria on the 28th of April 2014 and returned on the 23rd of June 2014. Many people believed what he said. Should I say, few people believed what he said, because indeed there is a stamp showing 23rd of June 2014. But if you are a traveler and you have traveled outside Nigeria, you realize that there are 2 stamps that the Nigerian immigration usually issues. One is that which is stamped for travelers leaving Nigeria, which has the SOD, meaning seen on departure. And the other stamp, which is issued for travelers arriving in Nigeria, and it has the SOA stamp, which is seen on arrival. So let's see what stamp Mr. Reno Omokri's, what date Mr. Reno Omokri's stamp of the 23rd of June has. What does it carry? On top here, you will see SOD, which means on the 23rd of June 2014, Mr. Reno Omokri departed Nigeria. He traveled out of Nigeria. Mr. Reno Omokri did not arrive Nigeria on the 23rd of June. He left Nigeria. The upper stamp you see here is 23rd of July.
You see, you will always be a liar forever. You see why Reno Omokri will continue to be a disgrace. Ah, God damn it.
I told you now. You see, you see the lie when Reno they do.
No. You see why Reno Omokri can never, if you check my video that I did this evening, I said Reno Omokri doesn't have any iota of integrity. So he can never be trusted.
Mr. Elvis, if you believe Reno Omokri, you are your own risk.
Kai, listen.
That guy, he talked 100 words, 99 lie.
Out of Nigeria. Mr. Reno Omokri did not arrive Nigeria on the 23rd of June. He left Nigeria. The upper stamp you see here is 23rd of July 2014, and it has SOA, which means seen on arrival. It means Mr. Reno Omokri was in Nigeria on the 23rd, in Nigeria on the 22nd, in Nigeria a week before, a month before. And that means Mr. Reno Omokri was present in May at the dinner, because I know I saw him, and he only traveled outside the shores of Nigeria on the 23rd of June 2014 because it was stamped SOD, seen on departure. He spent a month on holiday and then returned to the country on the 23rd of July. It's here. The immigration officers would not be stupid enough to make a silly mistake and swap the stamps. Now also you might ask, what about the April 28 American stamp, which he says proves his entry? Now this is actually a parole stamp, which can stamp as a parole visa. Now this is not a regular stamp that is given to visitors who are entering the United States of America. A parole visa, which your Google search can help you, is given to people who are on the watch list, sometimes people who are on the terrorist list, people who are not visitors, who are not free, who don't have the liberty to stay in America without being monitored closely by the immigration officers and police. That is when they are issued the parole visa. I don't know what offenses Mr. Reno Omokri might have committed there. But this parole visa, even though it's between, it's a 2-year visa, 2-year stamp, even though it states it holds April 28, 2014, valid till 16 July 2016, it doesn't mean he stayed there that long. It doesn't mean that he stayed there for 1 month or 2 months. It could mean that he entered America, spent 1 day, spent 2 days, however it is. He definitely returned to Nigeria for him liberty to stay in America without being monitored closely by the immigration officers and police. That is when they issued the parole visa. I don't know what offenses Mr. Reno Omokri might have committed there, but this parole visa, even though it's between, it's a 2-year visa, 2-year stamp, even though it states it holds April 28, 2014, valid till 16 July 2016, it doesn't mean he stayed there that long. It doesn't mean that he stayed there for 1 month or 2 months. It could mean that he entered America, spent 1 day, spent 2 days, however it is. He definitely returned to Nigeria for him to have been able to travel on the 23rd of June. But what Mr. Reno Omokri has not shown Nigerians is his stamp, arrival stamp into Nigeria after this visit of April 28. He refused to show us that stamp, which is possibly on other pages in his passport, or it could either be in his diplomatic passport, his official passport, because most government officials actually have either the blue or the red passport. So Mr. Reno Omokri, I am telling you now that you were in Nigeria at the state banquet dinner. That was such an August event, and you were the head of new media for Mr. President. There is no way you would have missed that gracious event. You were there, and you were in the country, because that is what your stamp says. It's here, 23rd of June. You were stamped in, and you can actually see the arrow. Now, it is not possible. Time moves ahead. We don't go back in time for you to say, okay, you left Nigeria on the 23rd of June, 2014, and arrived America April 28. It's not possible. We don't go back in time. We move ahead. So what you need to do, Mr. Reno Omokri, if you want to convince Nigerians, is provide the stamp, the immigration stamp, that is between April 28 and 23rd of June 2014 to prove that you actually entered, spent time, and departed. You can even see the arrow going out of the box, which shows the traveler leaving Nigeria, and in all seen on arrival, the arrow, where is it, comes in. So I hope I've been able to draw your attention to the misconception in Mr. Reno Omokri's post stating.
All right, guys, don't worry. I will post that video on Najawash Media shortly so that some of you can follow up with that particular one. At least what we wanted to see.
1 second, I beg.
Go ahead.
I beg you 1 second. Reno Omokri is on parole visa. Parole visa. I don't know what the parole visa means. He's on a watch list of the American space. He's on a watch list. Even at the CR now. Even at the CR. He's on a watch list. He's supposed to show the second going out of America, which will give you arrow. He's on a parole visa. That man is a big ogbolobo.
Very sad. Very, very sad. You know, yes, my people. Now, so we see, and that's why lying in a public space, you need to be very, very careful, because not everybody you can deceive. You know, very unfortunate that Reno Omokri can never be trusted at all. It's very, very, it's very sad. But meanwhile, like I stated, that particular video will be posted shortly. But meanwhile, I'd like us to move on right now. I appreciate every one of you, my people, and I'm going to have a blessing. We've come to the end of this, of my presentation today, so that we can start talking. We're already over 1 hour. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Press on the like button, help us to share. Press on the dollars. And nobody don't buy me coffee today. If you can, the dollar sign is just right there. You are jumping it. You are crossing leg above it to comment. Just stop and click on it and buy us a coffee. I appreciate you all, my people. God bless you all. The first person on the panel today. Okay, let's see if we're going to take any call. If anybody want to call in, this is the best time for you to do that. If not, I'm calling Black Panther straight away to talk to us. The first call. Somebody were calling in right just now, not long, while I was giving my present monologue. You know, this is the best time for you to call in now. Do that so that we can move on. Okay, yes, I have Mr. Benedict. Mr. Benedict, thanks very much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for all that you do. Yeah. God bless you. I better talk to us. Thank you, my brother.
And to Mommy Diaspora, good afternoon, man. To every member of the panel, from my brother Black Panther to Mr. Henry Gabriel, to Mr. Abdul Malik, give us our mandates, Mr. Oduwa, God bless all of you guys, you know, for all that you do. I'll go straight to the point. I want to say rest in peace to our brother, Doyin Okupe. You know, no matter what happens, you know, it's not be a good news to hear, you know, that somebody, you know, passed away. So I'm just going to say rest in peace to his soul. But on the other hand, I will also say this, Mr. Doyin Okupe, I pray that wherever you are right now, you know, you're resting in God's bosom. You know, you found the peace that you've always wanted. But you did a very big disservice to the people of Nigeria. You would have been able to, you know, etch your name in the annals of history in a good way. Nigerians suppose they praise you right now, say, this man tried when he be alive. Say this man do well for Nigerians. This man, you know, supported Peter Obi there to make sure that at least we have a good government. But what did he do, sir? I'm sorry, but what did he do, sir? You went to the other side and you start lambasting Peter Obi. You start lambasting that election, saying Peter Obi did not win, all of that. I'm not saying you're not entitled to opinion, even as somebody going on back. But what, see, this is to every Nigerian, to everybody in the world listening to this right now. How do you want you to be remembered? How you want me to remember you when you die? All of this money where will they amass, what will they struggle for, what will they hustle for? We're not going to take Campo anywhere. We're not taking this money anywhere. We are not taking all these dollars, all these pounds, all this naira anywhere. So when you leave, what do you want to be remembered for? Akpabio, Senate President, with all this power that you have, when it happens to you tomorrow, how people want to remember you? We still want to remember you for. What do you want people to remember you for? Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, what do you want people to remember you for? All these billions and billions and billions of naira people are hustling for. If you don't use that money to touch the lives of your people back home by building infrastructures, creating jobs, building hospitals, creating an enabling environment for the people to thrive. If you don't do all of that and you buy, what would they remember you for? Remember Abacha, all the millions and billions and billions and billions. What is he remembered for? Babangida, if you leave tomorrow, which people will remember you for? That's what you people should always remember, have at the back of your mind. That at the end of the day, when all is said and done, what am I going to be remembered for? Your brother, Doyin Okupe, has left. What are people saying about him? What are people saying about him now? What is he remembered for? Doyin Okupe, if you have known that in a few months or few weeks before now, that you will not be here, you would have retracted those statements that you made and asked for forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness from the people of Nigeria so that you can find eternal rest. You get what I'm saying? For these people, we know they hear word, that this thing that will be forever. Nobody's living it forever. I will leave this word for everybody now. My final statement is, fight is that debt that we all hold. That no matter what you do, all of us will leave this world at the end of the day. All that billions, we will have
start from our house. When I know what they I remember one of my uncles. This man gets so much money. When I did school that year, this man gets so much money, but you know they help anybody, you know they give anybody a dime. You know they give anybody a dime. When this man sick, the man buy. All that millions and billions where this man gets, properties where he gets. The properties, in your children, they never send those properties. They just carry the money waka. This man suffer. At the end of the day, you know they here again. So my people, all these billionaires and millionaires, all of them now, if you are not make the life of our people better by creating jobs and enabling environment for them to thrive, all that money when I get comes down to nothing. And I say it, I go punish all of now. All of now, we don't make Nigeria be as it be. We don't make Nigeria suffer, Nigeria thrive because of our selfish interest. All of you are satanic. Mr. Elvis, God bless you, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's a passionate delivery. What do you want to be remembered for? I've been talking about that for a while now. Some people think that I'm too repetitive. So yes, that's life for you. Some of us are doing things today believing that nothing will happen. Oh God, something that happened. You're not going to live forever. How do you want people to remember you is the most important thing. But meanwhile, I just like to move on straight to the panel now. We have a couple of people on the panel. I appreciate every one of you. Yes, you that is asking, Kingsley, yes, the video will be posted. I cannot replay it again or rewind. You know, the video of Natasha will be posted shortly. I will attach the Reno Mockery's video to it again so that it can tally out properly. But meanwhile, Black Panther, my brother, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Before you go ahead, Black Panther, let me quickly appreciate Ijedima, thank you very much for the super chat. God bless you. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much, George Blue Shell, as well for the super chat. God bless you. Guys, you can do the same. Always encourage us here to do more for you. God bless you all. Go ahead, my brother. You have the floor.
Good evening, Niger Watch. God bless you. My belly is sick today. You see, we are joining hand in hand to do the work our papa said, our great ancestors send us. We are doing it, we are digging it. We are not lawyers, but we are acting like FBI and journalists. I want to thank everybody. Niger Watch, you are Superman, man. You're a Superman. I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank Mommy Diaspora. May God bless you. I'm so excited today. You know, seeing a mockery coming out. I want to thank everybody out there. Today is a great day, and you see, we have all been vindicated. I want to thank everyone. May God bless you. Let's just calm down. Let's listen as I go along. Carry your pen and just listen.
Like because you laugh so now you want me to come catch you for here.
No. You wait. I want to catch the Senate president. I have a case. Don't worry. I'll present it. I'm doing my own investigation. I'm researching. I'm trying to focus what is in the mind of Babatu. I have my own fact there. I'll bring it and let everybody deliberate on it. I want to thank everybody. I want to say here that Nigeria, God bless you. And I want to say one thing to just prefer this our brother, Reno Mockery. You see, anybody, I am sounding it as a very big warning to every Nigeria. The way Reno and the politician look at you, they look at us, every one of us are dumb heads. Dumb heads. You know what dumb heads mean? Somebody that does not have the ability to reason, somebody that does not remember things, somebody that cannot articulate. Anything you bring forward, we just nod our head. That is the way they see us. But we that have, you know, try to make sure that this thing is not the way they are pushing it forward to the Nigerian people. We are bringing it pound to pound, word to word, video to video. We are matching it so that Nigerians can see and get out of that cocoon that the Nigerian politicians have put you into. We want to break it, and it can be broken, and it is possible. And we are making it, we are showing it that it is possible to break the rank and file of this political oligarch that is Nigeria. Now, I want to, when people were saying yesterday, 2 days or 3 days ago, that, oh, Senator Natasha lied. They were talking on TV. Somebody came and started talking all sort of thing. Senator Natasha lied. I just went into myself and said lie. One, I looked at the credibility of this woman. She's a lawyer, a sound one, not a lawyer, and she's an activist. And also she's somebody that gives. The woman that has a human face. She had empathy for the people. I look at those records, then I got to dig deep. And when I dug deep, I was expecting Reno, because I heard Reno. I was expecting Reno to speak. And thank God he spoke. And thank God Nigeria brought out the you know, when you tell lie, all your hidden secret, people will go deep and bring it out. You can see the credibility of a man in Nigerian government. I didn't even know that is the visa that he has. A watch list visa that he has. That there's no way you can say you are in, and there's no way you can hide whether you are in or out. If you are in, it will show. If you are out, it will show. If you are in, you'll be in a hurry to go out, because you know what that visa means. And if they say you're on a watch list, there's no how America can take eye on you as you are flying. They are monitoring somebody. One person is dedicated to watch as you fly, and you take over from the airport. Another person will take over, dedicate where the car you are going to enter. Another person will take over the room you are entering. That is how they monitor you. The person that monitored you from Nigeria will not be the person that will monitor you arrival and where you stay in America. They are different. That's why it is a conglomerate of people of intelligence that does that kind of thing in the US. And look at what Neno Mokri just showed. He has shown the lunacy in his reasoning. He has shown to us that it's not, we've been saying it allegedly. It has shown to us how illiteracy is mingling and is tempering with his mental state. You can see it now, that man is not even credible enough to speak. He needs to be evaluated. The question we should ask, why is he spilling lies all the time? Why is it always not standing on the path of truth? That the reason is that this man is not mentally stable. In a civilized world, they will have to look into him very well. Because when you are bringing a fact and you're trying to turn the arrival stand upside down and thinking that Nigerians that don't travel don't know about it. But the ones that travel, like the person of Natasha, who is smart and intelligent, a well-read person who has not been found wanting in character and in learning, is standing before us to prove to the whole world that Reno Mokri is a wanted person. Because it's lunacy in what Reno just said. You are proving that she lied, and she was saying it. I was in a hurry to call Nigeria, bring the video out. Because Nigerians don't know. Nigeria just think that, oh, Natasha lied. Somebody came here and called, oh, Natasha has been noted presumably lying. It's not like she never lied. She never lied. She just did not proceed with that case. Maybe they settled out of court. But Reno is lying. So I want to state here that nobody should believe Reno, because Reno want to play the game. They've already paid. They allegedly might have paid him because they know Reno have a large gullible followers that will believe his narratives and concur with this. But we are not in that kind of space. We watch you. We are watching you because you are on our watch list. And I want to thank Nigeria for proving it to them all. This is what Nigerian press should be doing. And I want to state here, you see what the Senate president did? Senate president with the senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the one that comes from Edo State, should be sued to court. On a very good note, in a civilized world, the Senate president should be impeached. And the senator that brought about that so-called list of suspending Natasha should be recalled in his constituency. Should be recalled. It should be definitely be recalled, because all of them in that Senate does not know what it takes to be a senator or to make laws for Nigeria. We cannot see how dirty they are. Look at the Senate president speaking that the husband of Natasha did not tell the husband, but Natasha brought a voice note while the Senate president, was calling, and while the Senate leadership was calling and say that if the Senate president goes down, this is a fact that I'm talking now. If the Senate president goes down, you also go down. That was a threat because the crime has been committed. That was why the threat came from the Senate leader. That means the Senate leader has been co-opted into this nefarious act. And you know what the law of Nigeria said? He said, aiding and abetting a crime, you both deserve the same punishment with the person that actually physically or mentally or vocally assaulted the woman. Now, it's a case of assault too. The Senate president does not have the right to sit and be a judge in his own case, because he has already impeached himself by going and contradicting the constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Let them invoke that. Let them look into that law. Anybody or any leader that contradicts and subverts the constitution of the so-called Nigeria is liable to be impeached. Is there. Let them go into it. And now, I want to say here to everyone, when we've seen a case like this, what Natasha needs to do, Natasha can go straight to the Supreme Court. He does not need the High Court. This is a constitutional matter, and we need interpretation of the Supreme Court. Let's see if the Supreme Court will fail to interpret something that everyone that gone to school need to have read it, because it's point blank there. You cannot take away the position of the senator, because the senator is a constituency. A senator is the people. He's representing him. Natasha is a senator representing, and the constitution back her up. And you cannot suspend a constituency. It is right. It's a universal law all over the world. That was why I was punching it yesterday, because I went down there with what I have. I went in straight and I saw it clear. And thank God today the lawyer has spoken it in our eyes, so that the world can know that when we are tackling issue with the Senate or the government, we should know that the supremacy of the constitution of the Nigeria, quote and unquote, no person, no group of person can make a law that will subvert the constitution. That is clear. It's all over the world. So yesterday, whatever anybody has said, oh, Natasha has done this, they have to spend. No, it is not. They are not doing that thing you said. They have unconstitutionally told the people of Kogi State that they are not part and parcel of the house they call the People's House, which is an aberration against the supremacy of the Constitution. That is it. Any constitutional lawyer, what I've said today, tell me that I am wrong, and let God be the judge. I want to say also that to our lead to doctor, the amiable doctor that went to be with the Lord, I will say here today, you have run the race of life, and you have gone back to your maker to lay with your maker. All I could say, men are not perfect. Perfection is of the Lord. You've done your best. You've done the wrong, and we all have seen the wrong. You've done the right, we all have seen the right. You have spoken, 10 seconds, you have spoken your word. But all I will say, you have gone to your maker. Judgment is not of mine, but judgment is of the Lord. I say to the family, may his gentle soul rest in peace. Thank you, Nigeria Watch. We'll continue to enjoy ourselves in the lunatic way of some Nigerians that call themselves Omokri, the way they are trying to bastardize their own country called quote and unquote Nigeria, which I say is not a nation yet. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful submission, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, as you know, on this platform, this Nigeria Watch Media, we say it how it is. If you lie here, we can go extensively to expose your lies. So that's what the platform is all about. It's a collective effort. God bless you all. Thank you very much, very much, Peggy Modi, for the super chat earlier on. I'm very, very grateful. May your pocket never run dry. Guys, you can do the same by hitting on that dollar sign. Encourage what we do here. Like our videos and share and subscribe to our channels as well. Thank you. All right, let me call on the next person so that I can get to everyone. Mr. Henry Gabriel, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, my brother. Talk to us. 8 minutes.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Elvis, and good evening, everyone. Let me go back for Mercury. The Mercury is not new, because if you can remember, it was the same Reno who was praising Peter Obi as the best man for the job. We should vote for him. After some time, he turned U-turn again against Peter Obi. So anybody who believe Mercury is for his own risk. Okay, so look at this leader. She analyze everything. The proof there. Proof is there. It's not the woman that will come out on social media. You should keep quiet. Will come out and debunk their lies. You know, we have a lawyer. We have real lawyer who can speak and speak the facts and stand still and stand tall, no matter how many people intimidate him or her. She's one of them. You see, in this so-called house they call Senate, this house needs to be scrubbed off. They should close it. Forget about we should scrub that house we call Senate. Why Mopri come in public and start saying this again? Things happened many years ago. He's trying to support the corrupt political elite to intimidate this lady. He forgot about this lady. She don't keep quiet. She's not a woman you can push on the side. She stand tall. No matter how many they stand, they cannot intimidate her. You see, when people used to use, I'm not using it. I dislike when the people they come Africans, most Africans or the journalists or whatever they call him, they call the president of that country father of the nation. The what they call it, the wife mother of the nation. That is so annoying. Let's take it to our home. You as a father, will you allow your kid to be hungry? Will you allow your kid to be destitute? Will you allow your kid to be in the street, sleeping without eating, not having basic amenity? Would you do that if you are a man, a father? If you are a woman, a mother? It's only in Nigeria you call your president your father of the nation, and you are still hungry. You don't have basic amenity. You have destitute everywhere. Father of the nation cannot take care of his children. Mother of the nation cannot take care of his children. When they call this father of nation, I'm not in that group to start calling them or start calling those people honorable. People will call honorable people like this lady now, Honorable Senate Natasha. The rest, they are under my feet. I don't call them honorable. I don't call them senators. They should scrub them off. They are a disgrace to the society. Your words laughing at us. When your president's wife came out to start talking like she's better than the house is a mature house. Said who? That's a gambling home made for thieves. They call them a senator, senate. She was there barking like a dog there. She was there. I have the video. I posted that when she was fighting with Dino Mulaye. Did this lady do something like that? You know, when people see something, they cannot even come out and talk. You know, they forgot. They forgot we are in the era of internet. Never forget. Internet never forget how she shout, how she's indisciplined, how she fight in the Senate, like those Lagos street girl. You know what? Let them close the Senate. Scrub it off. Because those are lazy men doing nothing. They cannot pass a bill to say every Nigeria need to have good life. They did not pass a bill that every Nigerian deserve basic amenity. They did not pass a bill that every Nigerian need social welfare. We are living like animals in our own country. What happens if Nigeria moved from Africa, from Nigeria to other Western country? They are living like a citizen of that country. They should scrub that Senate. I don't want to hear anybody start calling them honorable here or whatever. They don't deserve to be honorable to become Senate. They don't deserve it. Nigeria should open their eyes. Let me go to this late man. You see, those politicians who are intimidating this lady now, and most of us who see the truth cannot even come out and speak the truth because you want to belong to those criminals, those satanic people. You stay in keyboard, pressing keyboard, whatever. Come out and speak out how you feel. You don't come out. This is for you. The death don't knock at your door. It comes like a ghost. It comes when the death gonna come. This man could be celebrated today. I wish he could not use his second chance that God, as he said, God gave to him. He went to go and change to join the Satanic group. Anyway, may God forgive his soul. He messed up. Who am I to judge him? The world is watching. They're just watching. This is a lesson to all of you, both who are here, both the politicians who are everywhere. This is for us. It's a lesson for you to learn. After you have gone, what will they call you to be? How will they celebrate you? When you are gone, how will they celebrate you? That is the question. It's better you stand for the truth and speak for justice than to be a coward. You see, let them scrub that Senate. It doesn't deserve to, because what are they passing? If they want to pass bill to intimidate people, it goes so fast. But we don't want to pass bill that things that will favor the Nigerian people, they don't do it. See, I stand, no matter how, I stand with Senator Natasha. She's the only senator there. She's the only honorable that is in that Senate today. Till I stand right now, she's the only one there. The rest are bunch of clown who carry the names of senator. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Henry. Thanks for your submission. I appreciate you. I'd like to acknowledge Patty Solomon. Thank you very much for the super chat. I'm very, very grateful. May your pocket never run dry. Thanks for all that you do. Good evening to you as well. Guys, you can do the same. Press on our like button, help us to share, press on the $sign, encourage our work here. In case you have our Nigeria account number, you can do the same. Whatever we receive there, we'll always come here to acknowledge you. God bless you all, my people. I would like us to move on right now to the next person on the panel, which is Mr. Odua. Mr. Odua, it's good to have you on the show, sir. You have 8 minutes. Talk to us. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Najawash. Thank you. God bless you. Good evening, all the panelists who have spoken before me and those who will still speak. Thank you all. Baba Christ, thank you. Good evening. Happy New Year. Christmas in advance. Good evening, Mommy in Diaspora. Dr. CM, Barika Disala. Mommy in Diaspora, Koyi, Kadao. Obewe Negekai. Wato Amusi. Wato ni Magao. Uwesi Kakabo. Senu Yewini, Numayu, Yesegiowa. Koyi Matuo. Good evening, all the commenters, the listeners, and the viewers. Thank you. Oh, Doyin Okupe. It is pity. I'm very sorry. May your soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Well, what will you be remembered for? Like we can remember Doyin Okupe today. He talked for Peter Obi and said Peter Obi carry Peter Obi to high heaven. Then after INEC decide to take the election away from Peter Obi and give to Emilokon. Then Doyin Okupe now still carry Peter Obi that he carried to heaven, and now carry him from heaven and start rubbing him on the floor. Oh, Doyin Okupe, may your soul rest in peace. You become two-edged sword that nobody know the side that we injure the other person. Well, it was a pity. We don't pray to have such people as a leader in any society, because such country will never go forward. And that is why today the politicians we have, they cannot do anything for Nigerians because they are two-edged sword. Nobody knows the side they want to use to cut. They are just looking for the one that have upper hand so that they can be shouting hallelujah, hallelujah. The ibobo that will be falling from the plate will be entering their hands. So that is the great work. And I am surprised when people are saying, oh, a strong politician. Well, you call such people politicians. What I know is politics is showing good judgment, doing the things that is good. But when people are doing evil, they say it's a politician, it's a politics. I don't really know. Politics were not made to do bad things. Politics is ways that's supposed to make better things to happen in the life of people. So Doyin Okupe, may your family, my condolence to your family, because he will never come back again and to come and tell us who will be the best among the next time. Tomorrow they will not turn again and say that one is no longer good. He will have not do those things he promised you that you were talking. Well, so such people, we should be very careful. Then let me go for the Kogi, my Kogi people. Our Honorable Senator Natasha Akpoti, who is the only senator I see in Nigeria. Because a senator will sent by their people to go and represent them, to make a better things to happen to their own people, better life for their people to have a better life. Only Senator Natasha Akpoti, out of the 36 states we have, it is only Senator Natasha Akpoti from the Kogi that have seen such character, who really want his people to have a better life, and he's doing it for them. Now, let me send this message to Kogi people. My Kogi state people, whether I believe you people have 3 persons that is senator, because most Nigeria think when you are a senator, they just make rule, they just guide you. Did you know the reason that those people are not talking? Because they are just there to collect money. They are not there to make rule for Nigerians. They did not believe that Nigeria sent them their state or their constituency or their local government sent them there to go and represent them. No, they are there just because of their money. That is why none of them talk for Senator Natasha Akpoti now. No, because to them, you want to spoil where we are making money. That is what they are angering of Natasha Akpoti. But to my Kogi people, on Monday, I want you all to be in the Senate gate. The senator groups, they should tell you, the Kogi people, this is Senate chamber. This particular place is made for Kogi State. So this is the place that Kogi people can sit down, because people did not know that a moment you are a senator, you are not senator of PDP, you are not senator of APC, you are not senator of any party. You are senator of this federal state of Nigeria. Not just to this federal state of Nigeria. You are senator because your people make you a senator. Senator did not come because those people who gathered there and say your name can no longer be a senator. No. It is not them that make you a senator. It is your constituency that make you a senator. So this constituency of Natasha Akpoti should go and ask, what do they call Akpabio and his group and his cohort, who is not their senator. So the Akpabio and his cohort should tell the constituency of the Kogi who is their senator, because those people send their senator to that chamber to represent them. It is not Akpabio or any senator that sent Natasha there. So they don't have right of sending Natasha out and say you are no longer a senator. So the constituency of the Kogi state should go and ask them. But on Monday, let them start there. Before the Senate, they even open their chamber. The Senate group should tell them who is now representing them. And they should tell them the area that the Kogi people, because they have 3 people that came from Kogi now, the area those people should be sitting, because it is not only Senator Natasha Akpoti should be taken to that place, whether you are from APC or you are PDP. Since this place is for the Kogi people, then that is the place that the 3 of them will sit down. So, because when people say, it is the law, but they allocate chair to who? So they should allocate a chair to those places and let them know that, okay, you people that came from Kogi, this is the place they are allocated to you. Then you that came from Edo State, this is the place that are allocated to you. You that from so and so state, this is the place. You cannot be there as APC senator or PDP senator. No, you are never there to be that, not to talk of, this is the place that PDP will sit down, this is the place that APC will sit down, because you are not APC senator. You are not PDP, you are not Afghan, you are not any other senator. You are late senator of your state, your constituency, and of Nigeria. So that is why I'm sending message now to the Kogi people. Go and ask Akpabio and your cohorts who will be talking for you people. Or they should tell you people you are no longer Nigerian, so that you people will know you are now in a country of your own. So you will not have anything to do with the Nigeria and their whatever call government. So let the Akpabio and their group tell you, because people doesn't really have brain to think. That is why I'm only saying it here. If that they were doing it before, that was wrong practice. Wrong practice. That senator will now allocate chair for you because you are minor, they feel you are minor, your party did not have the majority there. That is very wrong practice. So if those things were what they were doing, thank God for Natasha for letting people to know that they were maligning people, and that is the reason that they could not do any good thing for the people. Kogi people, my Kogi people, I urge you on Monday, block senator place, because it is for entire Nigeria. It is not for Akpabio. That is why when their time complete, they will still live there. Another set of people will come. And Nigeria should understand that there is no senator that is higher than any other senator. They are all senator because they came from different states to become a senator. So whether you are there 50 years, another one just come today, or he came yesterday, You are all equal because you are all sent from your own state to represent your people. So my people, my Kogi people, I thank you, and I would like to see your actions starting from on Monday until the case is resolved, because they don't have right to stay for 6 months. Nobody will represent you. Not you people that said we don't want this person to represent us. So for them saying that they should not represent you, they should tell you people the reason, and they should tell you people the seat that is allocated to the 3 people that came from your state, so that that is the circle that we know that that is where your people will be sitting down. Thank you, Mr. Najawash. Thank you. That is my advice to you people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oduwa. I appreciate how you started your submission, because I need Doyin Okupe. Anyway, thank you very much, and God bless you. It's good to have you on the show. Give us a mandate. If you're there, talk to us. Could give us a mandate is not there. Abdul Malik, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us. You have 8 minutes.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Nigeria Watch.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. The panic, good evening, Nigeria. Doyin Okupe has dead. May his soul rest in perfect peace, because when somebody depart from the world, either you are good or you are bad, the first thing we say, may your soul rest in perfect peace, because you are no longer living on earth. You are a deceased person. May God forgive his shortcoming. That is what I will say for that. You see, this Reno, it's like you guys don't understand what is happening in Nigeria currently. You see person like Reno, Jale Boala, and Felix Moka. You don't take those people words serious, because we know that they always change what is white to black. They are not straightforward. They are not truthful. They are being paid to do what they are doing. Understand? That's why you don't take them serious anymore. I see no reason when somebody come on air like 2-3 times, you lie to the world. You don't even care because of your sycophant, what you will gain. You come on air to lie. Probably such person, no matter what you say, don't take it serious unless you really verify. You verify, yeah, this is true, before you take it serious. For me, I don't take those guys serious anymore, because Nigeria today is just a country where people support evil something, bad something. We don't support good thing anymore in the country. We only prefer what is bad. That is what is causing where we are today. That's why the country is not moving forward. Secondly, we are not true to ourselves. We are not truthful to ourselves. We do something like we want to favor somebody who is close to us, who is close to me, who is this, which is very bad. Other nations that move forward, they don't do such things. Country cannot move forward that with that aspect. Like no country. If there is any country that move forward in that aspect, tell me. You can tell me. Yeah, you can quote me wrong. They cannot move forward that way. Let us do the right thing at the right time. Without that, we cannot get anything right in that country. That is where keep Nigeria where we are today. Look at this Natasha issue. For the first time, I see no reason why this Senate House, how can they allocate chair for somebody? They are not in primary school or secondary school. It's only primary school, secondary school. I know you have your personal chair where you sit. In the university, you don't have a personal chair. It's how you first confess serve. You sit according to where you have chance to sit. Yeah, that is how it is. If other word, tell me where did they have like the House of Parliament? Where did they have permanent where somebody sit? It's not like that. They don't do that. It's like they are doing something like kids, like babies. How can you allocate somebody where he will sit? Is it your baby? Are you the one that sent it there? The question is no. This person is he or she represent the district, right? Like thousands of people, millions. Okay, why can you allocate where we sit for him or her? It's not normal something. Anything they are doing, they are violate the law. They make the law, but they don't even know what is the law. Some of them, they are just there. They don't know what they are doing. Yeah, they don't know how to govern the country. That's why we are where we are today. People that are supposed to be somewhere, but they are not. People that are supposed to govern us, they don't have the privilege, they don't have the chance to govern us. Look at how much they sell ticket for governorship or chairmanship or councillor. Look at how much. Just like governorship or presidency or other, can professor in this university pay, can he buy a ticket or presidency? The answer is no. But it's not supposed to be that way. How much a professor is paid in a monthly? You see, the country it's not sham. It's just like it's not propagandist. It's not. We are not moving anywhere in this way. We need to talk to ourselves, all of us, because if else it will continue like this, there is nothing will change. There is nothing will change unless we sit down, we agree, we complex in one issue before things will keep moving forward in the country. Without that, there is nothing will change. Imagine Akpabio, you that you have an allegation, right? How can you really, the house, you are among the people that passed the suspension of the Natasha. How can that possible in other normal country? You are an allegation sexual harassment, right? You need to step down. You don't need to be in that committee that will give the judgment to suspend Natasha. No, you don't need to be. You don't need to be among of them. The law is just turned upside down in the country. I don't really understand. Thank you very much, Mr. Niger Watch.
All right, Abdul Malik, thank you, sir, for coming in to put your voice to this today. Good evening to you. Mr. Jonathan, you're the last on the panel. Please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Jonathan, you're
Harris,
not available?
last, yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
sir.
thank you.
Please talk to us.
Last, but the first. I thank you. I greet you once again, Mr. Harris. God bless you. I hope you have a nice. You had a nice week as we enter into the weekend. I greet you. God bless you. Fellow panelists, I greet you all. Mommy Diaspora, God bless you abundantly, ma. And all the callers and the commenters, I greet you all. Welcome. You see, nothing much to say today for the fact that the story as we know it is still unfolding. It's still developing. We have not seen the end of it, end of this. So it's like we are always one step ahead. It's everything that was discussed here yesterday. We saw it in the mainstream it played out, on the mainstream media today. But again, we cannot minimize the importance of this. If what it takes is for us to reinforce what we have said, so be it. We will do that. You see. So first of all, let me give my sincere condolences to the Doyin Okupe's family. I pray that the Lord Almighty will grant him eternal rest and will give his family the strength and the fortitude to go through this difficult period. No matter what, it's for a family to lose because as far as this is a loved one for them. And when something like this happens within a family, it's always something. It's a big loss, and we can only but pray for the families that God will give them the strength to go through this period. In Jesus' name. Again, may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. For now, as it's history, That's why history is there for us. History is there for us to go back to learn from, so that we can do the right thing going forward. So history is there for us, and at the appropriate time, we'll go back to history. But for now, I just, for me, just to respect the family and let them take care of their own again, and God give them the strength to do so. Thank you. So, you see, with respect to Akpabio, Senator Akpabio, see that man, he had the bold face. He came out. He was making a public comment. He did make a public comment with bold face. When you see somebody who steals somebody and they caught him, and he still has the bold face to still be saying that, no, I'm not going to drop it. With bold face, he came out and he gave a comment. You see that comment that he gave, wherever he was, I don't know. That comment does not hold any water. It's as useless. It's as useless as you can just call it. It's so useless a comment. That comment will have carried more credence. That comment could have carried more relevance if Akpabio had not been the judge in his own case. You had just been the judge in your own case. You still have the audacity to still come and make a comment, and you are laughing pretty much about it with both face. It's like, what can you do? What can you people do? So confident of himself. I said there yesterday, men, adults, all of them, all the senators, they gather themselves together, and in their own wisdom, starting from the committee, the ethics committee, in their own wisdom, that the right thing to do is to suspend the senator. I don't understand. I just don't understand at all. Because when I was listening to Barrister Petet on Arise, the clip that you showed, already I had that on my small notes today to say something to that effect on Naija Watch today, and he said it, but because it was he came on earlier than we do here. Because I was watching yesterday after the broadcast on TV, one of the House Rep, Al Green in United States, just yesterday here, he made some comments, concerning Donald Trump and all the rest of it, the Republican Party and everything. Such comment, if it were to be in Nigeria, the person will literally they will hang him. The only thing they did was to censure him. What is censure? Warning. To give somebody a strong warning. They warn him. That was it. You cannot, if it were to be in Nigeria, they will come up with their crooked criminal Senate rules. They will suspend him. They will set up a frivolous fake committee. The Speaker of the House yesterday in United States, there and then, he didn't set up any committee. He didn't do anything. He just censure. It's a parliamentary rule. He just censure him, warn him. The statement he made, in fact, you can't even hear about on Donald Trump. You don't even want to hear it. But in Nigeria, they are talking about disrespect. They think they are God. Those men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, all of them combined their wisdom. That is the best they could come up with. They call themselves lawmakers, but they are violators of the law. The chief violators of the law are the lawmakers in Nigeria. Because in the first place, the source from which you get your own power, from which your own power is derived from, which is the Constitution, is faulty. Your source is faulty in the first place. So you can only come up with faulty rules because the source is faulty. That is why the Holy Book said, when the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? In the first place, the foundation, which is the Constitution, is completely messed up. To now add salt to injury, the people that are running it, they are not even righteous. So they did not even meet the biblical standard at all, because the Bible says when the foundation is faulty, what can the righteous do? We all know the answer to that. The foundation, which is the Constitution, is faulty, and it is from that Constitution that you, the sinner, derive your power. You derive your power from a faulty foundation, from a criminal foundation that could not be sustained. So everything that is coming out from you will be criminal, will be faulty. It cannot stand, it cannot hold. That is it. That is why men, 109 of them, or 108 of them, and about 106 men and 3 women, that is why combined together, they could not, the wisdom could not tell them. They could not wise up enough to know that we cannot deny a constituency for 90 days. Just very simple. None of them could even come up with that position publicly, state it publicly that this is not right. We shouldn't go this route. And I'm calling on the people of Kogi Central. It is there to call whether they will just sit down and fold their arms and do nothing. I expect that by now, today, they should have loaded the court with 2-3 cases already. That's my expectation. Because it will end up, I just pray, honestly speaking, I pray that it will not end up to fulfill the statement of so many people that Nigeria is not worth fighting for. Could it be that the people of Kogi Central are not, they do not worth fighting for? I just hope, I pray from the depth of my heart that it will not, that pronouncement will not come true to the people of Kogi Central, that they are not worth fighting for. Because if by Monday, no group, nothing is coming from Kogi Central, that statement will have hold. They are not worth fighting for. I pray the next 48, 72 hours, that will not come true. That will not come true. That Nigeria is not worth fighting for. Your local government, down to your state, down to the country, all combined, they are not, each of them is not worth fighting for. I hope this will not be the case. I hope the people of Kogi Central, at least for once, will prove this. They will prove this wrong, to be wrong. It shouldn't go. Shouldn't be sustained. It cannot be. This injustice cannot be sustained. And for Reno Omokri, I believe my fellow panelists are spoken. You know, I mean, he's not to be trusted. There is nothing to trust about him. This is just a political jobber. He wants to remain relevant in the scheme of things in Nigeria. He wants his face to be seen from time to time. He wants to jump into, make public comment. He just wants to be there, to be seen by his masters, so that subsequently, at some point in time, they could tap him to come and sit down and start eating from the crumbs. From the crumbs, they will give you a mockery. The crumbs. Because that's what you deserve. You don't deserve anything better than that. And that's what they will give you. And that's what you are really fighting for. You are not really fighting for anything. You are not really fighting for any good. Just allow me to eat from the crumbs. And you are ready to denigrate yourself, to bring yourself down just to eat from the crumbs. Nigerian political jobbers eating from the crumbs. You are in that class. Reno mockery. And for Nigerian women, I'll call on them. I want to say, because as we all know, as men, we must have the utmost respect for women at all times. I will only call on them that this is their time. They should not let this time pass by. Nigerian women should act. I can't say anything less of Nigerian women, but to call on them to act, because this is on us. It is on them. It is on their daughters. It is on their granddaughters. It is on their sisters. It is on their nieces all over. They should not let this go. Nigerian women should act. But the statement from the First Lady today for me was disappointing. I saw the clip of it on Arise as when you presented it. I'm kind of disappointed. She was neither hot nor cold. She was not clear, as ambiguous as you can think, no clarity. A classical political position, Nigerian politician, a very, you don't know where she stands. You don't know her position on this matter. And to me, that's so disappointing. Her statement was not clear. Her position was not clear. She was playing games. Clearly playing games. Just listen to that clip. Just listen to that statement that she made. Listen to it and try to pick out something that is clear, that is in support of women. Total rejection, that you can't find it from that statement. And she's the number one woman. I'm so disappointed from that statement that she made. And I will round up again on the Nigerian Senate. When it is time for them to perform corrupt practices, corrupt acts, they find their way. They get it done. They get it done, and they get it done fast. When it comes to critical matters that affects us all in Nigeria, they have never done it. They have never done it. None, no single one. There is none. They can come out and be making political statements. We introduced this law. Please tell me, which one have you done? That Nigerians are benefiting from today. Where do we want to start from? None. But when you want to make crooked, criminal, self-centered decisions or policies, you are faster than the speed of light. You get it done. God will help us in Nigeria. And may God help us to find something good to say about our country more often than the negative things. I pray so. So I will leave it like that for now, Mr. Elvis. Thank you, and thanks to everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan, for your submission. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much for all that you do. I appreciate every one of you, everyone on the panel. I'll give you the submission, and we're going to be having our final submission now so we can move on. But before that, I would like us to acknowledge a very important person to me on this panel, on this Niger Watch Media, which is Abo Azi. As you all know, that Abo Azi have been absent for so long from this panel. Abo Azi have been very, 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 very sick. But we want to give thanks to God today for sparing his life, for giving him the chance to live again. I wish some of you actually know what this man passed through. It was terrible. It was terrible. We only just decided to stay silent here just to move on. That's why it's good to check on each other sometimes. But Abo Azi, I want to say welcome back. Thank God for your life. Thank God for everything. I want you to know that, yes, truly, there is God, and God have always been by your side. You and I know what you passed through. A lot of people will not survive it. But you are back again. You are right there listening to us. You present yourself today on the comment section. I want to say restoration of every good things in life will continue to be upon you in the mighty name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Welcome back, my brother. God bless you. I appreciate every one of you right there. I would like us to move on right now. Let me go back to Black Panther again. Black Panther, thank you very much, my brother. I appreciate you. Please, let's do final submission of 2 minutes.
Thank you, Niger Watch. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I want to calm down because I've enjoyed today. Everybody has spoken well. You know, more crazy, they make me they laugh. They don't catch up. I want to thank you.
You go to cry for house now.
They don't catch up on leg.
Which kind media be this now? We go to expose me so, eh?
You go say, who send me message now? I want to thank everybody that has spoken. Now I want to see a game. I've been working on this game that might possibly be played. And this is the game. Akpabio will be impeached and will be told to step down. They might not use impeachment. He will be told to step down because it will come from the Baba himself. Because Baba is going to use him to play game too, to actualize and bring the people more closer. Yes, I want him to play that game. And I believe he's going to play the game because I've been trying to think and I am deeping in. Now, this is it. You see, Akpabio, when he was NDDC director, minister, what do they call them? You people remember the NDDC director, the lady? I guess people remember. Naja was played it. Yes. And you see, there was somebody that played a very major role that came against the audacity of the minister and the audacity from the top above that gave the order. There was somebody that played a role. And that person now might be probably the person that we nominate who is going to be the new Senate president, because they are going to choose who is going to be a Senate president that will play the card, but in a very special way in their likeness. But it's not going to be like Akpabio that is like a novice in the parliamentary system, because Akpabio is a novice. He doesn't know the ethics of parliamentarian, whatever they call it. He doesn't know. He's just like a novice as other senators that are there. This is it. The person might be a person that have done something that we don't like. But when I went into record, I saw something that he did that I look at it and said, if not for him changing and going against his own people, he would have been the best man. Everybody would have loved him. And the person is wicked. I will send Naga the video. If you see what Wike did and told all the policemen from the IG, he said they should get out of this place now. He now told the DG of NDDC to enter his car that is seated, the governor's car, and drove the lady into the governor's villa. And Akpabio had a fight with Wike then, and that fight has not been settled till today. So I am seeing Wike playing a role for the remover, and Wike bringing somebody from Rivers State because, it's South. Bringing somebody, giving the opportunity to nominate person for Baba that will play the game, that will be his own boy, that will play the game for Baba in 2027, because already this man, Akpabio, has already been used. His position has been elapsed. He has expired. So they are going to the second phase of the onslaught for 2027, and they need somebody, but it's not Akpabio. So this is what I'm thinking, but I know Akpabio is going to sit down, and this is why I think they are going to play the way, because Wike is going to be very, very important in the game of bringing Akpabio out, because Wike does not, they be cataracts. Thank you very much, Nigeria. And Nigerians expect the war to start in the APC. After this they breach the constitution. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, let me come to Mr. Oduwa. Mr. Oduwa, please talk to us. 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nigeria. My advice to Kogi people: go to court, summon the Senate, let them prove to court that you people are Nigeria or no longer Nigeria. The Kogi, not just only summon the Senate, Kogi people also from on Monday, you people should fill Abuja, fill the Senate chamber, for even the senators not to have space to enter their what's so called, not to assemble, because they need to tell you people the chair that will be allocated to the area that will be allocated to Kogi people, so that they will now still know the area that will be allocated to other state people. So that is for that. For Reno Mokri, I did not know he was a pastor. For Reno Mokri to say that he's a pastor, by Christian brothers and sisters, you people are something else. And because he said when Natasha Akpoti lied against him, that it was a fellow pastor that called him, he decided to listen as a fellow pastor. So liars are the people who are pastors. So because we have never found truth in Reno Mokri, all he has been saying. So that is what I have to say. I advise the Christians should beware of those who is their pastor, because they say blind man, when they lead another blind man, they will fall into a pit or inside hole. So Reno Mokri, thank God that Natasha Akpoti was able to debunk your lie. And you said they pay you. You did not, you bring the passport you used to travel, you did not bring the receipt you used to collect the money. And you did not tell us how much they paid you. So all shows that you are a liar. So that is what I have to say. Well, Mr. Nigeria, thank you. We hope to see the better advance of these things. And I urge all the women who know that what they are doing to Natasha is not good, to also be on the street, because for their children also, nobody knows tomorrow. Who say it's not my turn today, tomorrow might be your turn, might be your children's turn. So that is what I have to say. Let nobody keep silent and say it doesn't concern me. Tomorrow will concern your children. So let them be on the street. Let them be on Senate gate. That is what really matters to me. So that ITV, Arise, and NTA, whatever, will be showing what is going on and what the Senate, illegal senators are doing. Because the real senators are people who have brain to implement law that will favor their country, not implementing law that will be allocated chair to a person. Because I have not even seen the reason we have those senators as Senate, because I've never found that they make any law since 1999. Okay. They make law that benefit Nigeria. So I don't really know the reason they are there. Thank you, Mr. Njawo. Thank you.
Where's this, sir? Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. Abdul Malik, sir, your final submission. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening once again, Mr. Nigeria Watch. This Senate out there, this Senate House, it's like this suspension they give to Natasha is like illegal suspension. Because I see no reason why somebody that was accused for something is among the committee that gives suspension. How does that happen in other country? Natasha need to take legal right against those people. Legal action, understand? Because what they did to is like oppression and tyrant type of government that operate in that way. It's not normal. You need to take legal action against them. I don't really, what I'm saying is this is, if there is no any way they can take those people to international court so that they will learn something. Because the world, they will exposed by the world. Because they believe Nigeria, they are conquer everywhere in Nigeria. You can anything you do in Nigeria, you don't have say. That's why they keep on doing what they are doing. If they take them to international court, they will stop those rubbish so that the world will know how the country is. Thank you very much, Nigeria Watch.
All right, Mr. Abdul Malik, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Okay, the final come back again to Mr. Jonathan. So, Jonathan, do the closure for us, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Elvis. Thank you once again. And let me just say this again to call on the people of Kogi Central. It is so essential, it is so important that you are not silent on this matter, that you all come out. In fact, my brother he went further. He said they should all assemble in Abuja. As you know, in Nigeria, because in the first place, at the beginning of this whole imbroglio that that we are confronted with now, where is the PDP here? The PDP, that is our party. Where's the PDP? So this thing is deeper than, we're just scratching the surface, but it's going to help us to really bring out a lot of things, about the Nigerian political, system. Where in the whole thing, where's the PDP today? Where was PDP guys at the Senate yesterday? Where were they? Even to speak out as a coalition, as a political party, as their whole, because it is part of you that is being cut off. Your strength has been diminished in the house, and you kept quiet. There was nothing, no statement from PDP, no statement from the political party, no statement from even Mr. Atiku. It's your party. We have a serious problem in Nigeria because these people most people, that's why we said that, is it because you did not even win election in the first place? Where is PDP here? This is what PDP should champion. It's your party. Your strength in the Senate has been diminished. But because you guys don't see it so, you are not there for the people. You don't see it so that your strength has been diminished because you will fight to defend your own. You will fight to make sure that your strength is not diminished. It's an affront. Somebody is coming to diminish your... First, to start with, you are in opposition and you are being cut further. You are being shot in further. Supposed to fight. Because this is where this call for the people of Kogi Central, this is where they will gain their strength and momentum from. If the political party is standing up. It's a very big test for them. And I think it's also a very big challenge for them because the party that will organize this, that will anchor this, that will have championed this, to put the people together. Yes, to come to the Senate from Kogi, somebody have to spearhead this. There's nothing hidden about it. Somebody has to sponsor it. There is no secret about it. Let the people from the constituency, let them come there and stay there and protest right there in front of the Senate. Somebody must spearhead this, not just to be sending hooligans and agbero to the National Assembly to be causing trouble. This is legitimate. This is where they should put their money. This is where they should support the people. Bring them down there. House them. Transportation and everything. Get them, the people from the constituency. And be bold about it. Come out and say, yes, even it is the party that should spearhead this. This is how it is done. It's not it's not even politics. It is survival. The people are fighting for themselves, but because again, people are not so much enlightening. Politicians can organize and get people out. I mean, before you close your eyes and you open it, they can get people out anyhow for useless stuff, for selfish purposes. This is for the people. This is for the people. Something must be done on this. I'm hoping something more. If nothing is done, we are not. You see, we're not in a country. We're not in a country at all. Let's just forget it. And finally, on the sitting arrangement, I believe somebody spoke on the sitting arrangement. You see, the sitting arrangement on the floor of the Senate. Normally, I believe it was Mr. Abdul Malik. You see, the sitting in a normal democracy, it is done according to party lines. Like we know this section in Nigeria, and this section, when you look at this section, the top left corner of the Senate, it is PDP. The top left right is APC. At the far corner down there is Labour Party. So you will know, you will sit together. Not that somebody, it is crooked. That seat arrangement itself is very, very crooked.
Okay, Jonathan, thank you. It's a very crooked way of diminishing the powers of the Senate.
It's a very, very crooked way, that arrangement, that somebody have to tell you where you will sit.
Thank you. You people are now seeing the reason what I'm seeing. And that is why they need to stop such.
It's a very bad arrangement. The minimum they could do is that, okay, parties along party lines. These are my own people. I sit with my own political party. So if you when you see the video, the floor of the Senate, you look straight to the top corner, you will know that these are Labour Party. You can
Jonathan, that was how it was before the APC now came to power and changed it again. That was how it was before. They were sitting on power on party line. They were not sitting according to how you come, but party line. They will sit together. But this rule now came and changed everything, telling us that is the resolution of the Senate.
Okay. Do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know this? Do you know that with that kind of arrangement, let's even go a little bit deeper as Nigerians. Let's go a little bit deeper as Nigerians. You see, with that kind of arrangement, it implies that somebody already know where you will sit at any point in time, which in itself is dangerous. Somebody already know that this is where this senator is coming today. This is our seat. This is his seat. They know. It's already,
and it looks like it can be a security breach sometime, because it can easily be attacked that way.
Attack both physically and spiritually too.
Beg, I go touch something for this thing. But God, Jonathan, beg, make I use some seconds for your this thing.
Yeah.
You see, this seat is what saved Abat Macaulay in London before he returned back to Nigeria. If not, he will have be electrified to death. Because when he went to England before he returned back to Nigeria, they gave him a seat. They said he will not return to Nigeria alive. They gave him a seat to sit down. When Abat Macaulay came out and usher another person to sit on that seat, he sit on that person's seat. Did you know that that person that sit on that seat will electrify? If that Abat Macaulay, our brother, could not have that wisdom to change his seat, and really who will be electrified? Is it not Abat Macaulay? So people should understand something deep and say no to bad way of life. Thank you.
See, that seat arrangement itself is very, 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 it's diabolical. It's diabolical. Where you, especially in Nigerian context, where we know all this stuff, we know it. It's not like we are alleging. We know it happens in Nigerian setup. It happens. I'm not being general here. I'm being specific. I'm not going to say it happens in Africa. In Nigeria, it happens.
And Dr. Jonathan, I'll put a voice on this now. You people are calling the Kogi State people to come out, yes. But the most people that should come out is the lawyers, the judicial hand. They should come out because this is an aberration against the constitution of the Nigerian state. They should come out and sue the Senate president and the speaker, the one that brought it, the head of the disciplinary committee. They should sue that man to court and ask the Senate, that is Supreme Court, to interpret if the Senate has the power to suspend a senatorial, a senator that holds the constitutional power of the people because it was voted in. If they have the right to suspend somebody that is voted into power, so then let them go directly to the Supreme Court because the judiciary, the lawyers of Nigeria, the bar association have the right to sue the Senate to court.
Yes, they do.
Mr. Blampata, please, I have something. You see what?
Yeah.
It's like we don't learn something, we don't observe many things. You see, how do you expect lawyer to come and look at Nnamdi Kanu case, right? The court granted it that is not guilty. The court says he's not guilty, but why is he sit there? Lawyer did not come out in that way, right? How do you expect lawyer to come out in this now? They cannot come out. They are all one people. That is Nigeria for you.
They are all one. All their senior advocates. You know, I've never seen them out on this one to come and interpret the law.
No, but I'm very sure that the son Ezekume will do something about this issue. I'm very sure he's preparing something. I'm very, very sure he's going to do something about it because I'm going to cry onto him. I'm going to send him a message. I'm going to send him a message on his X that he should do something about it because it's a breach of the Nigerian constitution, and him as a constitutional lawyer has to stand up for the people.
It will be very interesting to hear the likes of Barrister Ezekume, to even just to listen to his learned position or opinion on this, as far as whether the people of Kogi Central, has been they are the victims here. They are the one being victimized here. They are the one that are being beaten here because, again, as I said earlier, if let's just take an hypothetical scenario. The Senate has to vote on a very critical matter tomorrow. So those people are not part of Nigeria then. Their voices will not be, they are not there. Because that's what democracy is. That's what representation is all about. If you are going there to represent the people, those that voted for you and those that do not even vote for you, all of them, you are going there to represent them. You are their voice. You carry all their voices together. That is the reason why you are there. Because it will be chaotic if all of them will have all of you say, okay, let everybody come. That's why there is what you call an election. Then somebody will go and you choose somebody through an electoral process to represent you. And it is not on some group of people in the name that they have their own rules that will throw the voices of the people from a particular constituency and throw it into the trash.
Mr. Jonathan.
Yes.
This is a test of the Nigerian judiciary and the constitution. So let's see what they are going to say because I expect Prof to speak on this issue because common sense, look, everything that was given birth to, it's about common sense. It's gotten for common sense. You cannot suspend a constituency that is elected. You have to go through the process, and the process is calling him back. That is the only process we know that you can do to call a senator back. We don't know any other process again, and the constitution did not tell us anything, another process to how to remove a senator, only by calling him, recalling him back, and that is the only process. So if the professors and the legal sector did not speak on this issue, it's a slap on their face and it's a slap on their profession, and it's something I will say here. If they allow it to go by, that means they are all conspiracy and they are not worthy to wear that gown to be called a lawyer.
I know. You see, that's why I even talked about the political party. It's, you know, I'm so disappointed. I don't even know where to start from, because I expect that the party should be speaking now. So, you know, the problem, part of our problem in Nigeria is that evil that is going on in that country. People don't speak when they're supposed to speak, because they believe that if they speak, when it comes to their own turn, they will not be able to benefit from that.
No, Oga Jonathan, you remember there's a leverage on every one of them. They're taking money. Atiku said it now. He said, I made them twice, and they assured me that they are not going to go that extent. He said somebody now called him and now sat him down, a very close ally in the government now. He said they were all given 50 mil, all of them, to keep short the opposition. 50 mil. He said it, opposition were given 50 mil, all of them. He said it now, and he was confident in saying it. Let them sue into court.
Yeah. You know what the Nigerian media should have been doing today? By today, I'm expecting. I'm still expecting, though. Maybe they will do it.
All right, Honorable Sam, it's good to have you on the show. Please, you just need to join the conversation because we are already rounding up. Just join. Go ahead, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you.
Yeah, I expect. I'm just, in a normal setting, I expect that the political party we just do the needful. The media, in fact, they will be the one calling the media. They want to come. They want to come, and they need give us 5 minutes. But the opposition parties will be calling medias. I need 5 minutes. I need just 2 minutes. I need 3 minutes. I want to say something, because this is your time. If you are a true opposition, we don't have real opposition in Nigeria. We just don't have. Don't let us deceive ourselves. We don't have. Because this is your time to shine. This is your time also to shine, to take advantage. If you want to be political, be political. If that is what it will take, be political about it. You're supposed to take advantage.
Baba Jonathan, our Senator Natasha is PDP.
She's PDP now. She ran,
and they have other PDP member there.
And they have now.
Because the money those ones collecting could not allow them to talk.
They all voted yes now. They all voted yes to suspend that now. Una not go there. Una not see am.
Me, I don't understand though that you cannot even see out of the 30-something PDP senators.
Good evening, my distinguished panelists.
That you cannot even see out of the 30-something.
Off your TV.
Hello,
now. May off your TV. What is happening? Your background is happening here, sir.
Good evening, my distinguished panelists. Good evening, Naija Wash. I don't know if I have the floor to speak.
Speak. We can hear you speak.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. I was driving down when I started listening to the conversation. I just came home now from the church. I just saw one or two things to speak concerning this issue. Most especially when I heard Jonathan saying that what's the role of the PDP on this matter. First of all, I want to express my sincere condolence to the family of Doyin that was lost. It's a big loss to the country generally. I sincerely wish the members of the family that God should grant them the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And I pray God Almighty to be with them. Having said that, I want to quickly, because of time, speak on the issue on ground. It's rather unfortunate that what is happening at the Senate most especially to distinguished Senator Natasha. What is happening to her is rather unfortunate. I use the word rather unfortunate because if you look at some of the performance of the senators, he's one of the senator that has performed creditably well, looking at her constituency, what she has done so far. But having said that, I observed that a lot of people were treating this thing with sentiment. I want us to take sentiment out of it. Let's look at the whole issue holistically, because every day we learn. There are a lot of things we learn from it. I see some errors in some areas. That's why you see a lot of people who ought to have spoken, like you said, PDP, they are remaining silent. You know, there's something we must first of all know. The Senate is an institution. The Senate as an institution is bigger than anybody, including the Senate president. Let's take the matter from the very beginning, how the whole issue started. The whole issue started from Natasha maybe wanting to talk, and the Senate president telling her, no, you cannot talk from there. The seat has been allocated. Now, in Senate, like what somebody rightly said, we have the side for the ruling party, we have the other side for the opposition. You know, when some person deflected from the oppositions to the ruling party, the side of the opposition was now somehow vacant. You know, PDP as it is now is the opposition at the Senate. No, about 5 of them, not just Natasha alone, 5 of them were asked to adjust their seats, reason best known to the Senate. They have their standing order. You know, according to the clerk of the House, they were communicated, including Natasha. All of them were communicated. You know, when Natasha came that morning, probably because of what she presumed has been happening to her, refused to move from the seat. You know, that thing didn't go down well with the senators. You know, if you listen to because I took time to really, I was at the sitting, I just view live program. You know, at that point in time, the Senate president was trying to calm her down to believe that she cannot speak where she is now because her seat has been allocated.
Can I object? Can I tell you one information? Can I give you information so that I can continue?
Please allow me to flow, please.
No, let me object you because you are sending a message out.
Mr. Black Panther, don't object him. If you want to ask him a question different, don't object him. Let him speak, please.
Let him finish.
Thank you very much. So, like I said, at that point in time, when she was asked to move, she refused to move to the seat she was allocated to. And according to the standing order, as far as you are not in the seat you are allocated to, you cannot speak from another seat. That's their rule there. So when the Senate president was enforcing she leaves, she now raised a right order 10 of the Constitution, which stipulate that a senator can stand up at any time when she discovered that there's a matter that is of a matter whereby her rights or privileges is being subverted. She invoked that order 10. You know, at that point in time, the Senate has no right than to listen to her. Where she made a mistake, at the time she invoked that order 10, at that point in time, definitely she was already vexed. She started yelling. At that point in time, the chief whip of the house, that is her role. Whenever such a thing, when there's a chaos, the chief whip went to her to try to calm her down. The clerk of the house went to her, the sergeant at arms. At that point, if you watch it, it's on the public space. Anybody can go and watch. They were trying to calm her down. At that point in time, the house was not in order. You understand? Now, when a situation like that comes, the Senate president or whosoever that is presiding has a right to walk out anybody at the plenary out. So the Senate president invoked that power to tell her to excuse because she has not been able to put herself in order when they were still telling her to go to the seat. You understand? That was what transpired. Let me tell you, I told somebody, I was an interview in one of the TV stations. I told them where Natasha made a blunder. I won't know that to you as a person, you have something in your mind which you've not brought before the Senate. Because at that point in time, she has not brought the issue of alleged sexual allegation against the Senate president. She has not brought it before the Senate. She went on air. That's where she made one blunder. I have to be frank with you. When she went on air, she went to make it public. The moment she did that, she equipped the Senate president. and whosoever that was involved, they were further equipped. You know that there are people that have been in Senate for the past 16 years who understand the rule, the standing order of the Senate. At the moment you become a senator, you are subservient to that standing order. It's an order. You have to follow it. It has been passed. Everybody must comply. They are aware of the standing order. Now, Natasha, before going on air, she would have consulted. Like somebody said, it's a minority. We have minority leader there in the house. She would have consulted her party member on the matter. She would have consulted the chairman or the chairman women affair committee, Kinjibe. She would have made some consultation, because before you make some major matter at the Senate, there are some persons. That's why he said we must lobby you, consult some persons concerning it. When she went on air, it was shocking to the Senate generally. Now, when you do that, what did you ended up doing? You ended up equipping your enemy, who understood vividly the rule of the house. That is why you saw the wife of the Senate president went ahead of her on behalf of herself and her family to court for defamation of character and related matters. Now, the next day or the next plenary, she came. When she came with her petition without understanding the standing order of the House. The standing order of the House says no senator can present a petition signed on his or her behalf. Because she was not abreast, if she has consulted, they would have told her, you are not the one to present your petition on your behalf. She went to present that petition because some of the senators that are there, they are aware of that standing order. That is why you saw when she presented it, somebody said he's dead on arrival. Because the first thing she said, go and listen to it, he said, I, Senator Sisi, that I signed. The moment she used that statement that she signed her petition before the House, automatically by the standing order order 40 subsection 4, render that petition useless. They cannot entertain it because you are presenting the petition.
As you are making the submission, Honorable, can you say exactly what that petition entails specifically?
Okay, the petition she was submitting was a petition of alleged sexual harassment by the Senate president. That was the petition she wanted to submit. You understand? She submitted it. Let me tell you something. You can go there. This one, like I said, it's on the public space. You understand? I've taken pain to look at. I watch it live, and I've reviewed it again and again.
I will ask one question, sir, so that you will answer. Who's supposed to submit a petition that she was being molested or whatever harassed? Who's supposed to submit it?
That's the area I was going. That's the area I was going. You know, as a legislator, what will call standing order of the House? The moment it has been adopted, everybody follow that standing order. The standing order says a senator cannot sign a petition on his or her behalf. What she was supposed to have done, you understand, probably she has consulted widely. I think it's now she's trying to present it again now. Either you present it through your lawyer or through your colleagues or through any other person speaking on your behalf. You understand? That is why I said she didn't do her own work well before going to yours. She was too in hurry to do what she did. So, like I said, when that was done, you know, definitely, like I said, Senate president is like an institution on its own.
Honorable Sam, see, Mr. Naija Wash.
Please, so that we go now feed to we are them so that time.
Why not allow me to finish so that if you have questions, I can answer questions to the best of my knowledge.
What you want talk finish again? Nobody don't talk finish.
Oh, he never finish. I beg. Me not Jonathan beg. Make it all finish. All of my day yet to answer that.
Yes, see, Honorable Sam have spoken, and I listened to him as we all did. I listened to you very carefully, and I can see so many issues there. First of all, if I heard you right, PDP as a political party, of which Senator Natasha Akpabio represents, she's from that, the party that she's representing. So PDP is not supporting her because she made a mistake. I want you to clarify that. So PDP
okay, thank you very much.
The PDP now is not supporting Natasha because she made a mistake. That's the first thing you need to clarify that, because see, there is no way you can run away from this matter, whichever way you want to slice it. That's one.
If you ask a question, you shouldn't. You answer your question. You shouldn't preempting me.
No, but Baba Efo, he want to ask another one. That's one. He has to get another one to ask.
I'm making a comment. I had a comment to my question. It's a comment to my question, and I believe that is appropriate. The other thing is this: when it comes to sexual harassment, okay,
yes,
nobody can tell you when you decide to come out and say it. Whether it was because you asked the person for money or he did not give you the money and now you brought out the sexual harassment, it is your right. You can bring out the sexual harassment issue at any point in time. That's what I want to, because if you understood this part very well, you will know that everything there.
Are you asking a question or you are discussing?
The first one is that the question I asked is on the PDP as a political party. That are they supporting him? But the other one, what I'm saying now is comment. I'm making a comment based on your submission that you need to get this clear. It's a fact. Sexual harassment case has no status of limitation, and nobody will tell you when, how, where you decide to bring it out. Let's get this.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly answer this question. I am pained in the sense that you said something that is a minus on PDP. You are aware I'm a member of the People's Democratic Party. But in going forward, we must be seen as telling ourselves the truth, so that we don't make that mistake next time. Other of our legislators, whether at the lower chamber or the higher chamber, should not make that mistake if they want to proceed. If you look at when the committee presented their reports, when each senator started talking, the minority leader, who is a member of PDP, the minority leader, under normal circumstances, is supposed to speak on behalf of PDP. He said it clearly, because it cannot be seen as negating the standing order of the House. He is aware, it's an old timer in the House. He's aware that Senator Natasha has heard in that aspect of what she did at the plenary. The only thing he could say at that moment in time was to appeal for the reduction of the suspension order. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. He was not appealing.
I'm disappointed in what you are saying here.
Hello, you asked hello. It's not whether you are. I'm telling you. Hello, please. I'm telling you what transpired at the Senate.
You are telling me what transpired, but what you are defending the minority leader for his act. You are defending. I don't think you can get away with it. It's not appropriate. That what we're talking of sexual harassment here, and you are talking about.
Hello. At that point, listen. Hello, listen. You people are getting this whole matter wrong.
No, nobody is getting anything wrong.
Hello, sir. Please. Let me talk, please. The matter is good. We have an understanding. The matter that is being discussed today, the issue of sexual harassment has not been discussed, has not been said at the Senate chamber till now. The matter being discussed today is Natasha versus the Senate as an institution, not Natasha versus Senate president. These are area people are not getting.
Ask you, Baba Sam, I will ask a question about the Senate now, because there is minority leader and there is a majority. Now, I want to ask: is the Senate of PDP or the Senate of their state as Senate of Nigeria, or the Senate are there? We are invited to become a Senate because one was a senator before, so you now initiate the other one to become a senator, or it is their constituency that sent them there to go and represent them. So, if so, then why did the standing order not demand that nobody that comes from this party will take that party mandate to join another party? So, answer those things to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The question you are asking, like I said, let me just use an association for example. In every association, there are association, even in WhatsApp group, they have what we call standing order. That standing order is only restricted to member of that group. If there's a standing order in Adamawa House of Assembly, That standing order is not applicable to Edo State House of Assembly. It's only applicable to Adamawa House of Assembly. I said that to say this. The standing order is for senators, for senators and senators alone. I cannot go there and tell them what their standing order are. Lawyers or no other house can do it. They decide what their standing order is. And the moment
Thank you, Baba. Thank you very much. Baba, thank you. Now you said they decide how their order will be. And the one that is fighting that order, is it not among them?
I don't understand you, sir.
You said if I am applicable to only the House of Assembly of the state, cannot applicable to another state, that no other person have right to go there and tell them what to do. Is not what you said?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not asking you question. The person who is telling them that you cannot allocate seat to me because you people did not vote me here. Is it not among them?
No, please, let me quickly say that the Senate president, is part of their. You see what I'm saying now? That is what if you go to other House of Assembly,
you did not answer the question. The question is yes or no. Is this person not among them?
The has a right to allocate seats to the senators.
Why must he have the right of allocating seats? Okay, what of that seat is praising? So he should send that person there to go and die.
No, sir. Let us have an understanding. Don't say the way you are looking at it. I'm talking about a standing order.
That standing order was written by people, and that standing order is still being fought by the same people. So you said because some people were there 10 years, a million years ago, and this one just came. When you came today and see that million years law was no good, so you need to fight it to be changed. So don't say it must be to us.
I was listening. Hello, sir. I was listening. All these type of things. Every time, the only thing that remains constant in life is change. Change is bound to happen. Like what just happened, a lot of people, like today now, I have to download the standing order of the Senate to study it properly on my own, for my own perusal. You understand? Now, things are changing every day. Like what I was listening to Aisha Buhari, where Aisha, when she said something that it should be changed, somebody that told you, no, you are not to change it. The only thing you can do is what we are doing now to begin to make a voice, so that each senator should go and study it again. Area that is not good for them, they should amend it for them, because the standing order is not for me, it's not for you, it's for them to. It's a standing order to control the house. What they will agree upon. To me, the way forward, I feel Natasha should do now. Like I said, I told somebody, I said it's never too late, because the issue of sexual harassment have not been touched by the Senate. You understand? There are two things that is restricting the Senate. Now, the court order is restricting the Senate, and as far as Senate is concerned, the matter has not been brought before them because he cannot submit a petition. He has two options: either to resubmit the petition through a different means, not him submit, not it. That is number one. Then she can still petition to the other. We have the Code of Conduct Bureau. For example, let me give an example. You can petition to the Code of Conduct Bureau. If you can petition to them, the Senate president is not a man with immunity. There's no immunity. It can be called for questioning. It can be called for interrogation. When you petition to Code of Conduct Bureau can take the case to Code of Conduct Tribunal.
Honorable Sam.
If the petition is made, the Senate president will be called for questioning.
Wait now, Honorable Sam. You know what? I really, for me, listening to you, this idea of hiding under the Senate standing rule, let's put it aside. All of them, the senator, the Senate president, the Senate itself, they are hiding under the Senate rule. Okay, I will agree with you. Because I don't want them, for me, as far as I'm concerned, to find a hiding place. Okay, I will agree with you on that. Okay, this is their rule, their Senate standing rule. On what basis or on which basis Senator Natasha was suspended? Is it also in that rule? Because you said you've perused it, you've gone through it. Is it also stated in that Senate rule? If it is, maybe I want to hear it. That a senator is suspended. A senator could be suspended for a period of 6 months. Or
It is just a group of senators in their own wisdom. They sat together as a committee and imposed arbitrarily a 6-month suspension. I even agree with you that it is their own rule that Senator Natasha flawed. They find him guilty. Is it also in that Senate rule that they can sit down together and give her 6-month suspension? I want to know your position on that, because
thank you very much, sir. Thank you very. I understand your question vividly. Thank you very much. Now, when she submitted that petition, like I said, somebody raised a motion that under normal circumstances that it will die natural death. Meanwhile, before then, listen, sir, listen now, listen, please. Before then, the Senate has already submitted a petition. The Senate, as an institution, already submitted a petition against Natasha, which was passed to the Committee on Ethics and Privilege Committee. Now, the committee met. Whether they were biased, whether it was whatever method they may have used, they came out with a report. You understand? I know the area I'm quoting.
See,
listen now. You cannot, if you ask a question, why not be patient?
I already, you see, once you talk, you see,
you don't preempt it. No, if you already know the answer, you shouldn't ask me. If you ask a question, you be patient for me to answer it. Otherwise, you'll be preempting me.
But because we are having a conversation. Okay, if you want to talk for 10 minutes, you can. If I'm not going to.
No, you asked me a question. I'm not going to answer your question.
Can I say something?
Why not allow me to answer the question so that you can? So that the committee they came out with a report. If you watch it, they came out when the committee come with a report, you submit it to the house. Then the person who is presiding will begin to read the committee report and their recommendations. They have their report and they have their recommendation. They will say recommendation.
Uncle Sam, hold on. Uncle Sam, hold on. You see, you are talking as if what they did is legal. That is what you are talking now. You are talking as if what they did is legal. What they did is illegal.
That's a presumption.
Not presuming. No. Let's go to parliamentary sitting. Not presuming. When you are putting somebody under a oath to come to see so that I can investigate him, you have to bring the two parties. And before you make a recommendation, you must have heard those two parties. Now the question is, did they hear the lady?
You see why I said you don't have an understanding?
No. Parliamentary sitting is universal. It's universal. It's not peculiar.
Hello, at this point in time, there was no two party. The party there is the Senate and Natasha, not Senate President. That's what she was tried for.
So what are you, as an institution? Honorable Sam, please don't put this out to the public. A simple question: is it appropriate that the committee will sit and they will not hear from both parties? What are you? Are you saying that the committee sat and then because the committee itself, they came out today and said that they invited her, that she did not show up. So don't argue on that side that she did not show up.
You see why I said you preempted somebody when you ask a question. You don't allow the person, you just assume. You allow me to answer your question. Be patient. Just be patient. Let me answer your question. If you're not satisfied, then you take your opinion. You're truly preempting me. Now, like you said, you asked a question. When the committee's report, a committee presented a recommendation before the House. The Senate started taking the recommendation one after the other. You understand? And I want to say this here. At the plenary, when a motion is moved, and seconded at the plenaries, whether House of Assembly, House of Senate, when it is seconded, and you divide the House, when the years have it, it becomes, at that moment in time, it becomes, whether the thing, for example now, if the rule, as bad as it is there, and they said, those that say they want to do so and so say aye, they say aye. Those that are against say nay. And if the aye has it, it becomes, by the Constitution, it becomes a constitutional matter. There's nothing anybody can do about it. That is why I said even me and everybody, we've sat down, even some of our colleagues, that every time we learn, that next time, I know the area, like I said, we are already, even Natasha herself know the area she jumped the gun. It can still be amended. The only difference is that I'm so happy that there's a clause. They put a clause. Even when they were putting that clause, I was at a time, if you observe it, go and listen to it again. They said, well, those that agree that if she apologized, that the suspension order should be reduced. Say those that agree on that clause, say aye. Everybody remain silent. Those that they agree, say nay. They all said nay. What does that mean? They never even wanted apology from her. That will tell you the Senate as a body, unanimously, like she was fighting an institution. It was not all about Senate president anymore, alone as a person. That's where the danger lies. You understand? But the Senate president has to repeat it 3 times. A time can answer, and I said the eyes have it. In other words, she can still come and apologize, whereby the suspension order can be reduced or removed, or it depends on how she's able to go about it. You understand? But what I'm saying is that on the case of sexual allegation, the matter can still be resurrected through a different means, because it's a very fundamental issue that shouldn't be swept under the carpet. The case of sexual harassment. Now that she has presented it wrongly, which she has admitted, you understand, it can still be presented in a different ways. If she can get the way it is now.
Honorable
yes.
Sam, you know why I disagree with you now? Let me now, I've listened to you very well. I disagree in its entirety with your position. Respectfully disagree. Why?
Okay.
Number one, the issue of sexual harassment, okay, she can come out, forget about the Senate standing rule as far as sexual harassment is concerned. She can go to the media and make the claim. She can do it whichever way she wants. As a group or as a body of integrity, it is now on them to take it up. That's far as sexual harassment is concerned. Let's even put that aside for now. On the issue of her suspension, agreed that they are applying their Senate standing rule, which you have talked about extensively. Agreed with you that she flawed. And I ask a question and I listen to you whether you will answer it directly. Is it now also in that Senate rule that they can impose 6 months suspension on her? The point is that my own position is that that is not appropriate. That position, the way, whatever whether she has flawed based on she has violated their standing rule or whatever, that using a 6-month suspension on a sitting senator is illegal. It's not appropriate. That should be tested in the court of law. That's why we're calling on the people. This should be tested. The veracity of this should be tested in the court of law, because you are depriving the people of Kogi Central. Those are the people you are depriving. A group of men, 108 of them, minus the person in question, cannot decide the fate of the people of Kogi Central. That is the issue we're talking about here. And the other one, the third one, is the role of the party, PDP. So based on your position now, and based on the Senate standing rule, the PDP believed their position is that Senator Natasha violated their rules, hence she should be punished. Okay, agree.
No.
So the PDP also agreed. The PDP also agreed.
That's an assumption from your side. That's an assumption.
No, what I'm saying is that, so the PDP also agree on the 6-month suspension. You have not answered that. So listen,
sir, listen. First of all,
yeah,
I am not the spokesman of PDP because we're talking about national matters. You understand? PDP has a way of fighting their own case. Like I said, there are different ways these matters can be handled. One of us has been injured. In fighting the case, if you want to make a fight, first of all, know the area you held, know your strength and know the strength of your enemy. By so doing, you now begin to strategize. That is exactly what PDP is doing. PDP will definitely go back to our drawing board to look at the matter holistically. But in doing that, we know the area. I would say, when I say we, you understand what I'm talking about. Or one of us, the area it didn't do well based on the knowledge available to her. You are well in law, ignorance is not an excuse. You understand? Ignorance is not an excuse. But what we are saying is that all this thing, rather than just trying, I believe in solution. You understand? If a mistake has been made, what is the solution? You are aware, if you follow the news, that Natasha has tried, I don't know if it has been able to file again properly that case of sexual harassment through whatever means. And that one is there. Like I said, if the matter is already litigated, it's already before the court. It's not left for her to provide all the necessary evidence. She presumed, because it's an allegation. As of today, it's an allegation. It's been alleged. Whether it is true, it is not true, you and I don't know. You understand? So it's not left. The other, they say, he who allege in law, he who allege must prove.
Are you aware also that the Senate disregard the court rule, a court order on this?
Yes, it's on that. Yes, it's on the public space. You know, even today I was trying to find out if I can get the CTC copy of that judgment. Some are saying, I don't really know, because sometimes when it comes to, I don't want, when it comes to a matter before the court, when you talk about sub judice, I don't want to get myself involved. I don't really know what that injunction is. Some are saying the injunction has nothing to do with it's on the sexual allegation, not what happened at the plenaries. So I don't really have full information concerning that. If it is true that they were restrained, if it is true they were restrained, it is wrong for the committee to have gone ahead.
Mr. Honorable,
if it's true, it was wrong for the committee to have gone ahead to still sit on a matter which the court has adjudicated.
Mr. Honorable.
But for now, I have not gotten the.
Can you hear me? Honorable, you cannot come here to teach us what we know.
Hello, Mr. Man. While you were talking, you were not teaching anybody. You spoke. Hello, we should learn to use the right word. We are talking. I have a right to speak on to my best knowledge. You have a right to speak on your best knowledge as you know it. It has nothing to do with you teaching me or me teaching you. You understand? We have divergent opinion on this issue. I'm speaking based on the knowledge available to me. And you have a right to speak on the information available to you.
We've heard your knowledge. We've heard your knowledge. On legislative laws, they are universal everywhere. And one thing that they've done.
How can you say that?
I'll get angry at you. I'll get angry at you. Because you have be quiet. I was still talking to you. You were talking and you was quiet. See, this thing is universal. When you come here, you've told us what you know. You cannot tell us that they did it right. No, because you are not the judge on this case. Now, what we are trying to say is that they have heard. They did something illegally, because there is no constituency in the world that will bring a matter without not bringing the people that are here for them to hear their side. And the man that is in there, the lady that is there, was not given the opportunity. You coming out here, you see what you said? You said she has already agreed. Give me a statement that she agreed. Because all what you were saying here, you said Natasha has already heard that he has agreed. You see, you yourself, you have made a fundamental error in dropping your submission. Because
you can specific on what you are saying.
Look,
don't be making. I don't like getting myself involved. If you are talking, don't talk. Hello, if you are speaking, Mr. Man, if you are speaking, let your mind be clear. Be clear in your mind. Let us discuss issues.
Honorable, I know they for court too. I know they for secret court. All the time you say, let my mind be clear. You just came from church. Don't ask me that kind of a question. I'm saying my mind there. You say make my mind clear. Where you want clear go? When you said something, you said Natasha that have already agreed. Did you not say so?
Agreed on what? Complete your statement. What?
That she which shouldn't be complete statement again.
No, complete your statement. Agreed on what? On what?
Okay. Okay, now, what did you say she agreed on?
No, you are the one that is
No,
quoting.
no,
You want to quote me?
What did
Quote
you
me
say
right.
she
Agreed on what?
agreed? No, I'm giving you the
On what?
privilege. What did you say she agreed on?
No, you see,
That she
you are
has
the one
heard.
that is saying it now. You say I said Natasha. Agreed on
See,
what? I'm asking you.
See, Honorable, if you want to play your PDP politics, go and play it with them over there, please. If we are talking here, you answer questions. You are the one
Mr. Black
that
Panther, please. I'm not
I
here
don't
to
want to
have an
quote you.
argument. Hello,
I don't
Mr.
want to
Black Panther. I'm
look.
not here to have an argument
I
with
don't
you.
want to quote you wrongly.
I'm not here to have an argument with you. This is your. This is always your time.
See, let me
This is
talk now.
always your time.
Let me talk. I don't want to
We
quote
should
you
be
wrongly.
discussing
You say,
issues, not attacking
okay,
each other.
oh no, wait. I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking your word. You say what you said Natasha have heard done wrong. Say it here. That she agreed, she committed that she had done it wrong. You say it so that I will hold you by your word.
In your own statement,
you said something now that you are agreed.
In your statement, you said, and I quote, that I said Natasha has agreed. And I said,
you
on
see,
what?
Naija Watch.
I beg. I'm asking you a simple
Naija
question.
Watch.
Complete your statement.
Wait. Naija Watch will clear us here. Naija Watch, please play his statement from beginning.
You said Naija Watch will clear us.
No,
You said
I
something.
know Black Panther.
See,
I know where you are talking about. When he said he want to refine. That is where he said he have agreed that he made a mistake.
Wait,
the way to submit
wait.
That is where he do.
When you come out to make statement, be very, very sure, because me, I'm not gullible. I pick your word, and that word qualifies everything you have said here. That
You couldn't even say what you heard. You said you heard something. You couldn't even say it.
Play your thing from beginning again. You will see where you said
what you heard. That will tell you.
I don't want to say. Look. If I say it,
we are not here to come and argue ourselves. We are here to tell so that people will be enlightened. Black Panther, you say something which
that is not enlightenment. This
now
is not
let him talk. If he talk, he finish, then you can say here and here is not true.
Mr. Odua,
that is how you can't have people.
Not talk again. Mr. Odua, not talk again, please. Hear us. You see, this is a case of intelligent.
May not talk again.
It's me and you, Honorable PDP chieftain.
I'm not here because of you. I'm not here because of anybody. We're here to discuss issues. I don't attack people. I don't expect people to attack me. We're here to discuss. If you are here to discuss issues on ground, let's discuss it. I'm not.
It's a pity. Let me. I'm going to go from that place. It's a pity. It's a pity that he came here to boss every one of us, to tell us that Natasha is wrong.
Look at the way you are talking.
Now let me speak my thoughts now. Let me speak. Since you don't want to answer my call, let me speak. Please don't entertain me again. Please, I beg you in the name of God that you serve. It is.
Then don't quote me wrongly.
It is a pity. I'm not quoting you again. I don't give a damn about your quote again. It's a pity that somebody came here to gag us that Natasha did not follow the process, because he himself does not know what is in the mind of Natasha, what has come to play in the inner room that is not coming out to tell us Natasha had heard. You cannot judge a person. The committee cannot suspend a constituency under the constitution, supremacy of the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. They don't have the right, because every law made in that Olo chamber cannot supersede the constitution. So everybody should know now. It is true. No.
So are you done now? So in my conclusion, what I was saying before I was interrupted, there's still a lot of windows with which justice can be meted. I believe no woman should be assaulted. No woman should be sexually harassed, most especially a person of such magnitude, a person of such dignity. No matter how you try to pervert justice, it will definitely come out. Like I said, he who must allege must prove. The onus to prove sexual harassment or alleged sexual harassment lies on distinguished Senator Natasha. Whatever evidence she has said it publicly, she has a lot of evidences she's going to present in due time. She should gather enough evidence she has and go to the appropriate body. There are different bodies you can apply to, or you can send your petition to. Even if, I use the word even if, they refuse to take your petition, there are other bodies, the Senate President or any members of the leadership of the Senate, they are not under immunity. They can be called for questioning. It's not the first time it has happened before. They can be called for questioning. They can be prosecuted. So to me, like she has said it openly that she's going to court and she's going to prove herself right. So what Nigerians should be interested in is, if you will love Natasha, we should support her in that manner. Whatever way she feels she wants to address the matter, she should go and address it. Like I said, and I want to repeat it here, the case of sexual harassment has not been addressed in the Senate. That petition, as far as the Senate is concerned, it's not before the Senate yet. What they address is our attitude and our behavior and our ruling at the floor of the House. That's what the Senate has addressed, because a petition to that effect was submitted to the Senate, which was referred to the committee. That's the matter they've addressed. So the issue of sexual harassment has not been addressed, because as far as the Senate is concerned, she submitted the petition on herself, by herself, which according to them negates the standing rule. So they couldn't attend to it. And moreover, they brought another issue that the matter is being litigated in court. The only question I was asking, now, if a matter has been litigated, it's under court. The question I was asking is, why then did they go ahead with the trial of Natasha? That was the basic question I was asking. I asked that question, and somebody said that he was trying to distinguish. There are different cases that are interlocutory injunction. You know, like I said, on that matter, I've not gotten the details, so I'm somehow careful to speak on it because it's prejudice. So I'm careful to speak on it.
Honorable, you also said, which was very, very confusing to me. You also said, PDP has gone to the drawing board. So PDP needed to go to the drawing board before they can say or come out with a comment that suspending one of their own for 6 months is not appropriate, that they cannot find even their leader in the Senate or one of them to challenge that. I find that to be very,
Can I speak on that, sir? As far as PDP is concerned, in the floor of the Senate, that's why we have majority leader and minority leader. Minority leader is a spokesman of PDP at the floor of the Senate.
I know if he's the spokesman of the
PDP as a body, I told you, I said PDP as a body or national body. I am not the spokesman of PDP. And I said,
we make comment here. Do we wait for national body to make comment before we make comment here? I am making my submission based on facts that are publicly available.
No, you asked me why is PDP not talking. Say, what has PDP said? And I told you, I'm not in position to say that because I'm not the national spokesman of the party.
And I'm saying that is a failure on their part.
You have a right to judge. That's a right.
For PDP not to have said anything, after all, the PDP is the opposition. They also meet. Their caucus, they meet even before they enter the house. Somehow, whether they do it digitally or they do it physically, they will meet and strategize.
Mr. Jonathan, I respect you so much. Mr. Jonathan, there was a statement I made. It's like you took me out of context. Mr. Jonathan, would you respect, sir?
I can tell you emphatically that the PDP leader, the minority leader in the Senate or in the House, he will prefer to go and be whining and dining with the majority than to sit down with his own caucus and strategize what they are going to come to the floor to do. Because you should have...
They all collected 50 million. Mr. Jonathan, they collected 50 million naira.
They didn't do that on the floor of the Senate. That is where they have initiated the fight. We didn't hear anything from them. That is the problem we have with our system. And they are disappointing in that to have done that. That is what I'm saying.
Mr. Jonathan, would you respect? Can you allow me to say this? Do you know one of the problems we're having in the system generally? It happens even at the local level, at the councilor level, at the House of Assembly. Sometimes, I'm sorry to say this, I'm just being truthful on it. You see legislators, sometimes when they are elected into power, majority of them, they forget that they were elected under the platform of a political party. Some of them, they are totally cut off from the party. Some of them, they begin to feel they are above the party. They don't relate to the party. Whatever they want to do, they don't talk to the party. You understand? It's happening everywhere. Even, I'm sorry to say, even in Edo State is happening.
That is a problem, and that's a problem that we're having. So
I want to ask
it's a big,
I'm telling you.
I'm talking from
Can I ask
a
you a question?
Baba Sam. Baba Sam.
It's not only applicable to PDP. Even APC, this thing is there. And it's not supposed to be so.
Baba Sam.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Black Panther, thank you. Baba Jonathan, thank you. Baba Sam, you know, when you came, you said something, because that is why when person talk, I want to debunk what you said. You said
sir.
When our Senator Natasha Akpabio was talking, that the senator, they give him audience to speak. According to the video, you said people should go and watch it. It's Arise TV. And according to that Arise this thing, they did not give Natasha Akpabio space to speak. When Natasha want to speak, we are saying order. They said no, you cannot speak from there. That seat is not recognized. So as she was trying to bring her voice, they're not off the mic, and they were not saying mic is not in that place. Mic is not in that place. Even mic was not there. The lady has a mouth to speak, but they said we will not listen because you cannot speak from that seat. So because you said, no, I did not say is I did not ask you a question to answer, because when you came, you said that they give him audience to speak, but it was there. No, just speak up an angry voice.
I said she was not giving audience to speak until she was not invoking Order 10. She started because she was not giving audience to speak. She started invoking Order 10. I said under normal circumstances, when you invoke Order 10, you understand, according to the law, you have a right to not speak because you believe your fundamental rights or privileges is being usurped. You cannot invoke Order 10 to speak. She was not invoking Order 10. You understand? That was, during that process, that's when he said to the Senate President, "I'm not afraid of you." He started saying a lot of things.
Because they did not give him audience to speak at all, whether Order 10 or no Order 10. They said that place is not recognized, so you cannot talk.
That is where the problem started from. That's where the problem started from. That's where I've said it. I said let us go from the genesis. That is where the problem started from. Go to the seat you are located to speak. I believe in one thing, irrespective of where you sat down, you would have been able to still make your point by going to the seat you were located. You were not the only person that was
No, this is where you people are getting it wrong. You people are getting it wrong. Is it not supposed to be allocated to you? Okay, one more. Do they allocate a zone to Kogi people, that this zone is for the Kogi people, so that if we go to among the Kogi people and speak from his Kogi group?
Common sense. See, honorable. It is like having a child who has done something wrong, and they brought your child to you as the father, that your child has done something wrong, and you as the father, you reprimanded your child in front of the person. As if that is not enough, the person now said that he's going to cut off the hand of your daughter. Will you agree to that? Even though you know that you agree that your child has done wrong, but the person is now taking it further and say, I'm going to cut off one of the hand or the leg. Will you not fight the person? At that moment, you and that person becomes an enemy. That is what is my position here. There must be a line that the ruling party, the majority, cannot cross, even though the opposition will agree with the standing rule. But there must be a line. You cannot cut off one of our own. But because we
like I told you, Mr. Jonathan, with due respect to you, it's not everything I will in strategic planning or whatever, it's not everything you say publicly. I just told you in a very simple term that the PDP, they are cooking. They definitely, you don't, even without you saying it, each political party, they have their own strategy. You understand? A mistake has been made and a mistake can be corrected. What matters is that justice is meted. That's what we believe. What matters is that if Senator Natasha was unduly which she has said harassed sexually, and her privileges has been denied. Those are fundamental matters that should not be swept under the carpet. You understand? So I said there are still other ways, there are still other windows with which these things can be fought.
That is there. What I'm focused on your submission. What I'm focusing on is a 6-month suspension. The 6 months. This is the sexual harassment thing. See, they have no place to hide on that one. The only person that can kill it.
Let me tell you why they use that 6 months. Let me tell you why they use that 6 months. Let me tell you something. Let us be logical here. Let us be logical. You understand? The reason 6 months, they already saw Natasha as a fighter. She's a good fighter, and they already saw somebody who is not willing to give up. And as far as they are concerned, that's why. As far as they are concerned, the only way to do is to let us break her. Let us break her.
That was a pure error. I said it earlier.
No, to you, it's an error, but to them it's a strategy. Permit me to use. I'm not supposed to use it. To them, it's a strategy of war. You they fight me, they fight you. Make I still fight you pass. You understand? The reason that's why if you look at with due respect, go and listen to when they were trying to pass that clause of if she apologized. Initially, the OCD said no, but the Senate president, because within themselves, they know that 6 months was too. I don't know the language to put it. Like what somebody said, denying a constituency. It's not all about Natasha, because the moment you are there at the Senate, you are not you. You are representing a constituent, a district, a senatorial district. So denying her is that you are denying that district entirely. So they know what they did. That's why they quickly put that clause. That clause was like a window whereby let us come. They will not tell, okay, this matter, now make you rest for this matter. You go rest for this matter. We'll not go court again. We'll go search. It's a clause. It's a window. So it's not left for her to say, okay, because they said he who must come to equity must come with clean hand. And if you want to fight an institution, if you want to fight let me tell you, whether we like it or not, there are cabal in the Senate.
All right, we need to close now. We need to close in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
You must be ready to say this fight.
Hello. Can you hear me, please? Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Thank you. We have 5 minutes to close this show now. So share the 5 minutes within yourself. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Yeah, there's nothing much to say. I'm glad that Honorable Sam agreed to the fact that 6 months suspension is not a wise thing to be done. It is against you are not fighting against Natasha. You are taking the fight to the people of Kogi Central, and they are the people that are being victimized right now. So I know that we can agree on that. And secondly, we can also agree that PDP has not done the right thing here by not coming out to state emphatically, even though they will have to go back as a political party to strategize. Yes, you said they will go. They've gone back to the drawing board, to the drawing table. Okay, fine. But at least they must. You cannot allow it. Your hand has been cut already. So is it when there is no blood? You are bleeding already. One of yours has been cut, and you've done nothing.
You are talking of that. They always decamp now. From today, all of them will pack to the other side tomorrow. So why would they feel it something? They will not see it as anything.
They will not see it because I'm not born yesterday for me not to know that strategize is to go and sit down again with Akpabio. Nobody can convince me that is not what it is. To go and sit and see what are we going to make out of this. Every opportunity is to make money. Some of them are already seeing this as on a platter. Let's just make money here so that we won't take it further. I'm not born yesterday in Nigerian politics. I know this is what they are going back to drawing board means. What is going back to drawing board? Your hand is already cut. You are bleeding already, and you are going back to the drawing board.
Mr. Jonathan, can you profile the way forward on the whole issue? What is your way forward?
The way forward is, they are playing the reverse psychology. It is the Senate that should apologize. It is the Senate that should do the needful. The needful. By doing what? If they want to suspend that, you want to say, okay, you have your rules, whatever. do in any way, shape, or form going forward, take the people of Kogi Central out of this picture. Even though Senate is an institution, they can reverse, the Senate can reverse itself. See, and I will give you an example, and that will be the last statement I will make today. 3 days ago, Donald Trump imposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico. 3 days ago, yesterday, less than 48 hours after he made that, Donald Trump reversed. Because of what? The pressure was too much from even the people within his own house. Donald Trump, of all people, came back and said no.
You said because of what? There was a reason.
There reason because it hurt American businesses.
And you said the pressure. No, sir, you said the pressure was too much.
The pressure from his own people.
From the people. From the people was too much. Because the pressure was too much, that decision was reverted.
The pressure. So the Senate can reverse, the Nigerian Senate can reverse itself if it is an institution that listens. Can reverse itself.
PDP will not talk because the PDP and APC, they are the same thing. So
hello, this is not all about hello. This is we are getting it, this matter. Like some people will say, if she's a woman, it has nothing to do with political this thing. It has nothing to do with gender. Let us look at it holistically. What is wrong is wrong. Whether PDP, APC, Labour, what is wrong is wrong. There are people that are protesting. They are not PDP members. Let's not look at it as political.
Thank you very much, Baba. You said what is wrong is wrong. Our allocation of seat is very wrong because they are not nursery school, they are not primary school. You can't do that to university students. You don't allocate seat for them, not to talk of a Senate person.
But that is what is done there. Even in the Senate,
it is very wrong. So you people should protest against it. It's very wrong.
You have this all over the world. It's like that. You have the conservative
all over the world. That doesn't decamp the way you people are decamping.
You're bringing on that matter.
That's true now.
Oh.
They doesn't buy vehicle the way you people are allocating money for vehicle. All over the world, they make money for the people to have a better life. The Nigerian Senate doesn't make for better life of Nigeria. They always buy vehicle and.
I agree with you. I agree with all these things. If we want to talk about the Nigerian Senate, that's why it's a big matter entirely. It's a big matter. It's rather unfortunate.
You always see on BBC, the House of Commons, every day they will show, even if it is 5 or 10 minutes, they will show us the House of Commons when they are debating. Look at the parliamentarians. They sit anywhere they want to sit, but they have their own side. The Conservative have their side. The Labour have their side.
That is what each of them have their side.
But they sit anywhere from that place. But in Nigeria, even though it is their side, they still assign specific place where you must go as a student. Like you are in a class, you have to go and sit to this specific seat. That's not what we see anywhere in a normal setting, anywhere in the world. At least you use the UK as an example. We can use the United States Senate also as an example.
Jonathan, do you know what I want us to do? Like I said, we are here to learn and we are here to inform and get information. That is why we are here. I don't believe in arguing with ourselves. I am aware, I'm aware of, most of the countries that practice democracy, you understand, they have two sides of sitting, the opposition and the majority. They have their ways. You understand? Now, what I want you to help us research, like in America or in UK, I know there are senior senators, whether they are given some certain type of privilege. No, in America, for example, you have senators who have spent over 30 years. There are people who have spent over 30 years in Senate.
See, even those ones in the House of Commons, even those ones that have privileges in the front, that they sit like on the left, on the right side of the Prime Minister, even those ones, those seats are not like their name written on it. You can choose to sit maybe, here today or there tomorrow, but there is a role. That role is assigned for them, but you can sit anywhere. Especially
it would have been like that. You and I know Nigerian syndrome. Do one like that, and fight go to happen every day. This one say you're not supposed. I mean, supposed to sit down here. This one say I sit down yesterday. I don't know. Sometimes it's not the way you are. Sometimes we just say things easy. When you want to implementation is Nigerian problem or implementation.
But
before they now come to the extent of saying, no, you have your seat, this one has your seat. Probably it may have caused issues on this city arrangement we're looking at. Probably it may have caused issues. Whereby this one will say, no, now me sit there yesterday. Am I your mate? You that entered Senate yesterday. I've been here for 16 years. This is where I sat yesterday. Why did you come and sit here? There may be reasons for this issue of allocation of seats, which you and I may not understand. So let's not.
Baba, I disagree. Baba, I disagree. As a senator, you come from your state. You did not bring your chair to put it there. So you cannot tell person that here I sit yesterday. I disagree that completely. Because you don't even know how those chairs were made.
It will happen. It will happen. It will definitely happen. It's not you whether you disagree or not agree. I'm not saying it is good. I said the things of such may happen at the floor. That's what I'm saying. Get me right. I'm not saying whether it is good or bad.
Okay, Baba, when you go to church, did you tell a member you meet in that seat that here is what I sit yesterday? There is nobody doing it. So something like that can never happen.
In the church where master and the other people they sit down, you they sit down. In the church you just refer to. If you're a Catholic church, where some other those master or other people go to sit down, you go there, go sit down. Some
and
churches
where nobody go to. Baba, thank you. I thank you. As you mentioned Catholic, you see that nobody go to Senate president seat to go and sit down, but the rest of them sit and face the priest. Just like when we sit, we face the priest. So exactly what Natasha did. And exactly what the other senators are doing. They doesn't go to the seat of direct.
You are speaking from the surface level. Me, I'm speaking based on.
No, sir, you speak from the distance. Since you bring out Catholic, that is where I now let you know that a man server sits at the altar with the priest. So the rest members sit on the chair. If you come, I sit here, you will not come and tell me here is where you sit in the morning mass. I have to leave for you not to stay in the mass. No, you will not sit on the next seat. You will not sit on the next seat.
Okay, Mr. Dua, what now happened? Look at it. I just want to look at it. Look at the bigger picture. What now happened if you sit on a particular place? You understand? Me and I come to Mr. Dua. Now here I sit down. Put yesterday. Now here I sit down. Or maybe as you sit down there, Black Panther will be maybe Black Panther reserve that seat for me. Don't put one bad or put one this. Say, honorable wants sit there. You don't sit down there. And me and you call they argue. Do you think such a thing may happen? Let's look at the bigger picture.
Sir, they cannot reserve any seat because it's a big hall. Nobody will reserve a seat. Nobody will.
You don't understand me, sir. Let's assume Black Panther.
No, sir, we cannot assume what cannot be reality. This cannot be reality because it's a big hall that everybody need to come and sit on any place you like. Apart from that, president seat and whatever seat.
Mr. Odua, get my understanding. Get on what I'm trying to say. Black Panther came. He sat somewhere. There's a motion. I'm giving a scenario. There's something Black Panther want to discuss. We've not been able to see. And I called the please, honorable, come. I want us to sit together so that we can quickly join us together. Black Panther now reserve a seat for me because there's no sitting arrangement. He now reserve a seat for me. Maybe either I put barrel, put paper, or put note, or put briefcase, as the case may be. Then you as Odua just came and you sat there. And Black Panther said to tell, please, now honorable, now honorable support there. I don't, me and you won't go to. You say honorable, whenever come, I will come. Then me will come and say, now my seat with this. Do you know such a thing can lead to altercation between both of us?
Sir, this thing is very simple. Black Panther first. Black Panther said, this is where I care for honorable. And you even make a comment that honorable have not yet come. So the person that came sits down. If Black Panther want to discuss something with you, there is another seat that he cannot say, okay, honorable, since this man sit here, honorable, this is another place, we sit there. It's very simple.
You are talking about under normal circumstances. It is abnormal to behave normally in a normal situation.
Okay, that means the senators, they are not abnormal people. Sir, you are not telling us that the people that are supposed to make law are not abnormal people.
Okay, what people they float? You never see where they fight for Senate chamber. That's what I'm saying. You never see fight.
All right.
You never see that they fight.
Thank you,
Mr. Najawash. Thank you very much.
Before you close, let me say something. Let me say something before you close. Yes. Let me say one fundamental thing. You see, what Honorable is discussing, our generation
can do it, but the next generation, they will never do what Honorable is talking today. I close my case.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's honorable that kept me this far because I was almost rounding up at that time. He came late. Please, anybody that want to join us, come on time. You know, given another additional 1 hour is just too much sometimes. Thank you so much, everyone that came into the panel today. Thank you, Black Panther, Mr. Oduwa, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Honorable or Honorable. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming to put your voice to this today. Thank you. I think someone let's say, okay, we're having weekend. Abdul Malik were here, you know, and Gil Samadit came in, but you couldn't say anything. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. We're rounding up right now. George Blueshare, thank you very much for the super chat earlier on. Thank you, Ijedima, Peggy Modi, Patty Solomon. God bless you all. My pocket never ever run dry. While those of you that call into the show, I think it was just 1 or 2 person that called in. I appreciate you all. Starting with Ben. Ben, I think it was only Ben that called in today. Thank you very much, Ben. I appreciate you. My people, write down in the comment section. Thank you very much, Mother, for all Mommy Diaspora. I appreciate you always, Mommy, for all that you do. God bless you for us. Thank you very much. Abu Aziz, really good to have you back again. I feel fulfilled. May God bless you. May God continue to heal you more in the mighty name of Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you very much, Ajio Deborah. God bless you. These are my people. God bless every one of you right there, my people. We Desmond, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Patience. Eyanruwa. Thank you. I appreciate you. Then Peggy Modi and many others. Thank you so much, my people. Rosie Ayosh in the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've come to the end of the broadcast, guys. I'll see you guys again. Fingers crossed. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Remember, tomorrow is Saturday. We're not going to be spending more time here. But fingers crossed, we're going to be keeping short videos for you guys now, as we promised the other day. So you'll be getting 1 or 2 videos during the day before our live broadcast in the evening. So always keep close to the media, to the platform. If you have not subscribed, do that. If you have not hit on the notification bell, please do that so that you don't miss out on what we are posting or whenever we're on a live broadcast like this. You can see the debate were very, very hot because Oga Honorable came from a different dimension concerning this particular situation of Senator Natasha Akpabio. Yes, I understand on this platform, everybody have right and privileges to their own submission, to their own opinionism. I don't have any problem with that at all. But my concern is that my stand remains that all the senators, both from Akpabio to the end, all of them are satanic. Because at the end of the day, whatever the wrong that Natasha have done in the house, whatever the wrong that she have done in the house, till right now, none of them is speaking about the sexual harassment. Everybody is focusing on she break the rules, she break the law, she do this, she must report. Yes, fine. Nobody is saying don't punish her. Punish her, fine. So how come they use needle and thread to tie their mouth? May they not talk about the sexual harassment, if not suppression and oppression that all of them are embracing. So listen, sometimes when we argue some things, I don't have strength to argue it because when I see that this argument is not going to go anywhere, you know, I'll just say, okay, there's no need. Especially, I grew up knowing that I argue to learn, not to win. You know, even though Natasha have done anything wrong, let's assume, you know, which I know, let's assume that yes, she must be penalized. So what stopped others? The satanic PDP members, the remaining 36 PDP members inside there, none of them have spoken anything concerning Natasha's sexual harassment. They are hiding, you know, hiding away from it. Look at all the satanic senators that have been on Arise channels and other affiliated channels, speaking continuously over what is happening now. All of them are emphasizing on our wrongdoings. Fine, is your right, talk about it. At least if you have 10 minutes of your submission, use 8 minutes if you are selfish to talk about our wrongdoings. At least when you are ending your satanic submission, use the remaining 2 minutes to say at least this sexual harassment must totally be investigated. None of them is saying that. Is that not enough for you guys to know that they are satanic on earth and in heaven?
I'll be here arguing over something that I know. You know, if this happened in abroad, are you telling me that in the UK, for example, you know, the parliament in the UK will be focusing on, oh, she break the rules of the parliament. Then they will disregard and deliberately bypass the sexual harassment? No, it's not possible in the UK. It's only in a failed country like Nigeria, a satanic country where satanic leaders take over everything. They don't prioritize the people. They are not interested of the plight of the people. They only talk about their satanic interest. That is why you see all of them that have been granted satanic interview in the various satanic platforms. They are defending the indefensible. None of them is speaking against or about the sexual harassment. Why? Because all of them are pledging their satanic loyalty to their satanic Senate president, so that in case of prospective beneficiaries, he can get to them on time. That is what they are portraying. We are here watching. They are just, I will not argue over what I know, that this is how it's supposed to be done. And I will just sit here and be arguing, but everybody entitled to their opinion, is it? That is why I allow this platform, everybody speak as you like. But for me, what I believe or remain what I believe on, if Natasha was being penalized for disrespecting the Senate president or any other satanic senators in the House, that's not my concern. I'm not interested. My concern is when you finish penalizing her, when you finish giving your satanic submission, then talk about the sexual harassment. Satanic or mockery came to lie, a blunder in the public space. Now, his lies have been debunked with shame. You see, all of them are coming to speak because of the brown envelope. All those ones don't be past brown envelope anyway. And a brown envelope that they give all these satanic local government people that is fighting for their satanic governors in various states. Maybe they put 500K for inside of 1 million naira. They will talk and talk and talk forever till eternity. All those people don't be brown envelope that they collect anymore, my people. We know how they do their transfer. When they pass bill or they pass a budget of billion to Senate, how you teach them to share? This is a brown envelope. Brown envelope cannot carry them. We know how they be. I don't want to go there. Thank you very much, my people. I just thought I should put that in there. We will continue to stand for what is right. You have a daughter. I have a daughter. We have sisters. We have mothers. We cannot close our eyes to see how they are suppressing a fellow woman who cried out. Do you know that the statistic of women in Nigeria that have been suppressed, you know, in various areas in Nigeria due to rape and other sexual molestation and all that? Do you know because of this now, a lot of them cannot come out anymore? If a senator cannot get justice, many of them will say, why I go talk now? After all, I beg, let me end this show, my brother. Yes, sir.
God, I just want to say thank you for the speech you have just made. I was really furious. That was why I was silent. I wanted to be talking. That was why I was silent. Thank you for taking that anger away from me, because I was really furious of what I heard here today. Thank you very much.
No, listen, whatever you heard is there. Everybody are entitled to. That area must be gotten right, because that's why you see sometimes you people have argument on this platform and disrespect yourselves, which is very, very wrong. There is no way people will speak the way you expect them to speak. There is no way people will come from your own angle. You know, let us see the diversional expression. At least that is enough for you to say, okay, let me see it this way. I don't have issue with that. My concern is the people that will be granting interview from one channel to another. All of them are talking about, oh, the Senate president, like the other one the other day, the whip sheep or sheep whip came in. I was there with Senate president from beginning to the end. It automatically the whip sheep said in a boy, he was there. When they take Natasha and enter bedroom inside toilet, he was there. Just imagine. In a developed country, a country that works, they will talk about Natasha wrongdoings by not respecting the Senate or the House and all that. Then, in fact, in a country that works, Senate president is supposed to have stepped aside by now. And this last statement will go to Honorable Sam Emovo. Honorable Sam Emovo, I was expecting you, because I've been listening since the same time I was busy with putting out other videos here. I was expecting you to say that, is it right for Senate president to sit and be deciding his own case? Is it right? These are the areas you should have addressed, or you would have addressed. Senate president will say aye. If you are satanic, say aye. The other one say aye. If you are not satanic, but you are devil, say aye. Say me. The other one say me. And that's all we want to continue like this. We are not going anywhere. PDP members in this house, all of them are satanic. All of them. All of them stay mute. Look at satanic King Ibe speaking against our own fellow woman. She was not even talking about the house down, the area Samemovo came from down, which I agree. There, she should be penalized. Satanic King Ibe went to arise to say, she's my daughter, sexual harassment, Akpabio cannot do it. Just imagine that. Just imagine. See, the Nigeria, this Nigeria, we are not going anywhere. That's all of us we all do. All of us we all old. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. I appreciate you all, my people. We've got to the end of the broadcast. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Fingers crossed, 7 p.m. so that we can continue for where we stop. Stand for what is right, regardless of whatever that is involved. Just stand for what is right. That's the only way. That's the only way. There's no other way. There's no way. Stand for what is right. Good night, my people. God bless you all.
Evani maru tefi kwa dagawu amwe firiwa ena keke no gatso bago osana genera ena keke nagari ushina dano yebe e ajena osagu meto bago iwe fu ebietete iya kwero ya uge yekena myo kata mamoni de imieva kome osenina popebe jevako u amiebi na ma emiene gegi popebe krisati no ben o piano meio negi go no va ono negi veigo igu sebu e omujuwa akona na do fe iba con a veces fe allí uno allá ya de na con ahí toegbe y te vení pia y te vení waga we bien se o no busca mi na chuajo o sagu me ware ni mi omatien no mami omatien agitiojo osagu me ware ni mi omatien no mami omatien agitiojo iteveni pia ke viteveni ko wae yalare o waki madosi ona owe kyo amela mwe o weno yo hana iluwa managi we biojo agi sede yuke katona o ebina uyo hao el haya ba managi uda abagba ebe agi jebe ibiedu ben ama fanoko agi ebi noruwe ama nagi lawa agi zede na boye o piano meigo agi jigo baka eya ubo ai ono na anu sake agon o sago beyo ti o me gbigo ko meri o ti o me bobo Osanuku mere ojo, bebuto me nate oju. Osagu me ware ni mi obadie. Bebi go be pomo no ba mi obadie, bebuto me agite ojo. Oh, osagu me ware, bebi go ni ware ni mi obadie, be pomo no ba mi obadie, bebuto me agite ojo. Oh, osagu me ware, bebi go ni ware ni mi obadie. Oh, my, my, I get you.